this morning when we had a quick conversation where you said, I must have counted at least 10 times. He brought the ball up the court.
You know, it's interesting because we talk about Wemby, the Joker, Luka, all of the great international players that came up before
SGA.
Yeah, I mean, just think of the guys from Canada or wherever.
Yeah.
But those guys all handle the ball so well. And I was talking to a friend of mine who's real familiar with a lot of the European players.
Okay.
And he said, Dan, you have to realize that these kids, they start off playing soccer and they're in basketball schools from like 5 or 6 years old on.
Yeah.
So they're coordinated. They learn jump shots. They learn how to dribble. They are very well-rounded. They're just not big men that can basically rebound and shoot down low. Look at Wemby against the Suns. He brought the ball up 4 or 5 times himself.
Yeah.
But it just, you know he does, but I counted time after time after time that the Joker was bringing the ball up. And to your point, Jimmy, you're right. They could not stop him. He was at will. So that's the only difference I see there is when they play the OKCs of the world, when you play the top-notch teams of the NBA, he has a hard time of trying to get down low. Now, he'll hang around the perimeter and get his 25, 30 points per game. But Iguodala was no match for him.
No.
They tried to double him. If they double him, they kicked it out to Gordon or Murray. And there's 3. And so just it's very impressive to watch him, who dang near had a triple-double at halftime.
Right.
He had a double-double. I think it was 2 assists shy.
That is correct.
Of a triple-double. So as we mentioned yesterday, he is literally a triple-double waiting to happen. Now, why can't they do that against the best of the best? Because they know how to match up against the Joker. But he still gets his points.
He still gets
his assists, and he still gets his rebounds, but they may not get the wins. But he's a constant day in and I should say night in and night out with that team.
He's tremendous to watch, just an absolute joy to watch on the basketball court. So we thought we were going to get some comments from new ASU basketball coach Randy Bennett. Dude is sick. So that's been delayed.
I imagine the flu bug or whatever, and they said that they might just postpone this until next week.
Yeah.
And I don't blame him. I'm sure he's been on the runaround, coming off the tournament, running here, running there. And this flu bug, I will say this. Usually when I train those quarterbacks every weekend, I would say from early November to maybe the end of February, it's flu bug season, right?
Okay.
This is continuing to linger into March and even April when I get 2 or 3 more that are down. I've never seen it linger like this. And then Randy Bennett, one of those guys that looks like he's not so much down for the count, probably just not feeling it.
Right.
So I'm sure they'll let him rest up, heal up, and maybe, if not early next week, we'll have the presser. We'll catch up with Hogue Rubino, devilsdigest.com, for our campus quickies, and maybe he's got the latest on when the nearest time of the presser will be.
Hubert Davis got the axe at UNC. So I stopped at a refreshment stand last night and was talking to a few U of A guys. Manuch, they are crying the blues because they think Tommy Lloyd is going to leave. And there's so much chatter right now about, as you like to say, K-Who, the Kansas Jayhawks. And so it would be a case where Bill Self is considering stepping down as well.
Let me give you a little inside scoop on Bill Self right now at KU.
I figured you would know.
Yeah, a lot of the guys on the 35,000 text chain from KSU. There's a couple of my buddies that are dialed in with the AD at KU. They're pretty dialed in with KU.
Okay.
And all the stuff they have going on. Allegedly, there's a decision for him whether he wants to continue coaching or not, because he's had several health issues.
Couple of big scares.
Last year, this year.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, one of the games he was taken out on a gurney at halftime.
He was. Yeah.
So I think a couple things you think about is, number one, Bill Self probably out of the running because of his health. I think Tommy Lloyd's a slam dunk to leave U of A and go to. Oh, I'm sorry, Laza. Are your alumni going to pony up a few extra shekels?
It's not happening. We already have more NIL money than them. We run their conference, and he would decline that phone call.
I think he's.
You always listen, Les. You never decline. You always listen.
Here's the thing.
Do not disturb.
Tommy Lloyd's easy hanging fruit.
Yeah,
he is. I don't think he's going anywhere unless they make him a Godfather offer,
They could.
They could pony up to $10, $11 million a year. North Carolina has it.
Look, they got money. Look what they did for Bill Belichick.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So they could back up the Brinks truck.
Yep.
Give them incentives. Look, I don't know who their shoe company is, whether it's Nike or Under Armour.
Nike.
Yeah, that's true. So you think about that and you go, okay, hey, Tommy, would the final outcome of $15 million a year, does that do anything for you? We're blue bloods. We're back here. You don't have the heat, got a little humidity, and we're North Carolina.
Yeah.
But I would agree with you, Laz. I would think his best bet, stay at U of A. He's got great things going on down there. He's got 3 great freshmen. Hopefully they keep them, and they can move that thing forward. And by the way, who's to say that after 2 or 3 years he's not getting it done? Davis goes back-to-back years. I mean, he's one of their prodigal sons, right?
He is.
And they were doing very well. All of a sudden, he goes back-to-back years. You're one and done in the tournament, and you are done as a head coach.
Yeah. Welcome to the new world of college basketball.
I really don't think he goes anywhere. I heard a lot of chatter about that this morning. I don't think that happens.
First, it started with KU. Everyone said Bill Self's going to leave. He's going to go there.
Retire. Yeah.
Not happening. UNC is more likely for sure than KU. But Tommy Lloyd is a known West Coast guy.
He is.
He's getting good NIL funding. He has a good system of young kids and recruits that he's been bringing in every year internationally and from the U17s. He was coaching at Team USA. So he's got a good system going. And most importantly, he's just a West Coast guy. The NIL funding is there. I don't think he's going anywhere. And I'll be sick.
You guys are missing the most important thing.
Exactly.
What does Mama Lloyd want to do? She's like, I love Tucson. I love this dry heat. I love this. You're getting paid very good money. I don't want to move again, even though he was with Fuke for many, many years. I like it. We love it. If Mama Lloyd nixes that deal, he's not going anywhere. I don't think he's going anywhere anyway.
I can tell you this. Phone calls will take place. If he wins the Natty, then that could be the time to jump because you will make, Manuch, what you just said, 10 to 15 mil.
If they give him a Godfather offer.
That's what I'm saying.
I mean, my gosh. I mean, how do you not at least look at it?
You have to. You have to look at it.
You have to look at it. You have to kind of digest it, let it marinate,
wow,
as I say. But whether you bite into that prime flare or not would be very, very tough.
Manuch, I'm coming to your house tonight. You like it or not, I don't care because I can't watch the opening night of Major League Baseball. All right.
I saw this.
It is the Yankees and San Francisco Giants tonight. The freaking game is on Netflix.
Where, Jimmy?
Netflix. I said this to you. People who have Netflix do not, and I repeat, they do not have Netflix
for
to
sports.
Watch sports.
There's some great documentaries that are on there that are sports related, but that's about it. I saw that.
It's movies.
I saw this last night.
Yeah.
And as we're prepping to talk about this, and we'll catch up with Barry Bloom here at 2:00 and get his thoughts on all the things going on. He's a big Yankees guy.
He is.
Wrote for the Padres for many, many years. He's a senior writer with Forbes. And with Netflix, I mean, I'm going to say, hey, honey, let's turn Netflix on. Wow, there's some good shows on.
Yeah.
There's a baseball game on. She'll look at me like I was a drunken sailor. Are you serious?
Yeah.
Can you imagine? Opening night.
Not
on ESPN.
Nothing.
Not on CBS.
Nope.
Not on 12. Not on
ABC, CBS, ESPN, Fox, nothing.
Opening day.
On freaking Netflix.
Unbelievable. So they're dishing it out, Jimmy.
I know.
And then you basically got Major League Baseball going, okay, that'll be $10 million.
Oh, yeah,
please.
they're taking
or
the
whatever
money.
it is. I don't know what the money is.
Yeah, they took the money. That's all they did.
Yep. Opening day, the traditions are vastly going away.
Hey, our State 48 roofing question of the
It's your
day.
call question.
That's the same. That's what I said. It's the question of the day. By the way, for a free roof inspection before you get leaks, keep your roof sexy with State 48 Roofing. They are the state's #1 referred roofer. Just go state48roofing.com. Online, state48roofing.com, or just call them at 480-268-4509. All right, here we go. Suns have lost 6 of their last 7 games. Don't you find that ironic? And they're still in the same spot that they have been for the last 2 months, the 7th position, and they have lost 6 of their last 7. So what is the biggest piece missing in order for them to win on a consistent basis? you have 4 options. 1, lack of size down low. Oh, we saw that last night. Lack of clutch shooting. Booker missed the shot. 3, Dylan Brooks. He's not in the lineup. Or 4, a consistent lineup, meaning chemistry. And they don't have that either. All you got to do is just go to our X page. That is Roc and Manuch. Cast your vote, and we will update you as the show progresses during the day. All right, everybody. When we come back, it's our replay rewind. Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. We're just getting started. ESPN 620, 98.7 FM HD2, and on the Arizona Sports app.
Game on Peoria. When it's time to eat big, drink cold, and watch every play, make it Big's American Bar and Grill in the P83 district. Big's is serving up huge portions of your favorites. Burgers, wings, nachos, plus a full bar and TVs everywhere you look. And don't miss happy hour Monday through Thursday, 3 to 6:30 p.m. with $2 off well drinks and $2 off domestic drafts, plus daily specials all week long. Bring your friends, grab a seat on the patio, and settle in for the game. Big's American Bar and Grill, where Peoria comes to play, eat, and watch.
Join the team at All City Towing, Arizona's largest towing company and leader in roadside service. We're hiring dispatchers, call takers, lot attendants, drivers, and customer service pros ready to grow with us. You'll enjoy state-of-the-art equipment, consistent schedules, full health benefits, a strong 401k match, employer life insurance, and a monthly fuel allowance. Take your career to the next level. Apply today at allcitytowing.com. All City Towing, where your future is always moving forward.
You applied to Grand Canyon University because you want somewhere fun and affordable, where hands-on classes and access to industry pros can help you build skills employers need, with the opportunity to graduate in less than 4 years. You want to feel seen, loved, called to more, to know you found your purpose. Make yourself the main character. Begin your story. Find your purpose at GCU. Visit gcu.edu.
Let me remind you, Thursdays are where the weekend starts at Twin Peaks Restaurant. Grab an ice-cold Bud Light or a refreshing Michelob Ultra and catch wall-to-wall sports on massive TVs everywhere you look. Big games, cold beer, made from scratch food. Start your weekend early with Bud Light and Michelob Ultra. Thursdays at Twin Peaks. Eats, drinks, and scenic views.
Avoid an AC system breakdown this summer with a $49 AC tune-up from Collins Comfort Masters. Trusted by the community with nearly 11,000 five-star Google reviews and expert techs ensuring the job gets done right the first time. Stay cool and comfortable all season long by calling 480-NO-WORRY or visit collinscomfort.com. Collins Comfort Masters, your no-worry solution for all your air conditioning, plumbing, electrical, and water filtration needs.
Living and having fun in the hot summer sun can turn deadly when mixed with stimulants. Stimulant drugs raise body temperature, impair the brain's ability to regulate heat, and makes it harder for the heart to cope with extreme heat. Studies show 1 in 5 heat-related deaths have involved meth, a stimulant that overheats the body, putting users at higher risk. Be aware and stay safe. Meth and heat is a deadly mix. Visit thenewmeth.com.
Sponsored by the Substance Awareness Coalition Leaders of Arizona.
Now, it's time for our replay rewind. The top sounds of the night and whatever Roc decides to add. Let's get to it in Replay Rewind with Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B on ESPN 620 and on FM at 98.7 HD2.
Hey, everybody, we're back. We're rocking all the way until 4 o'clock this afternoon. You can't get rid of us for another 2 hours and 45 minutes. Tim Kempton with the Suns coming up in roughly about 15 minutes from right now. It is indeed our Replay Rewind, and it's got a lot of Suns in it, and it was an entertaining game last night. It just came out on the losing end for the Suns. Let's get right to it right here.
Gets a pick from Fleming, works into the corner and feeds Allen on the right side. He's going to take a logo 3 and bury it. from right where it says Mortgage Matchup Center, and he was in the middle of the word mortgage. They put 30 feet on our monitor in front. Grayson Allen, welcome back to the lineup, shooting the deep three immediately. He's got his first points of the night, 30-19, Suns with their biggest lead.
So, Manuch, now do you know what MMC means?
Mortgage Matchup Center.
There you go.
Oh,
You're
MMC. The last marketing guy. All I said, MMC. That's what I
it.
remember.
MMC, that works.
You know, we talked about yesterday that it looked as though Grayson Allen and Royce O'Neal were going to be out.
Royce O'Neal, yeah.
Royce O'Neal, yeah. They were going to be out, but they felt good enough before the game that they wanted to give it a go.
Mm-hmm.
But Grayson Allen, as well as he shot, still doesn't look 100% to me.
I'm with you on that.
He looks like he's dragging that leg.
He's laboring.
Yeah, a little bit. But Royce O'Neal looked good, 17 points.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, these Suns starters, all double figures. And then you basically had, with Allen coming off the bench, 21 points, you had 6 players in double figures. Suffice to say, Denver had 6 players in double figures. But there's one guy that had that triple-double that kind of made the point. But I thought this Suns team looked more fluid offensively. They were bound and determined in that fourth quarter. And it was just like you said, entertaining shooter's world last night.
It was.
It's just that this Denver team got more offensive rebounds and more rebounds than the Suns did.
I'm watching Maluach a lot now that he's getting some playing time.
It's some confidence.
And he is getting confidence. And this one really kind of stood out to me.
Green to his left, finds Booker in between the circles with 10 on the timer. Royce O'Neal the screen. Now Booker to his right, fakes Gordon, stops to the right elbow, bounce to Maluach, he turns, shoots and hits over Jokic.
Am I watching a mini Kareem Abdul-Jabbar? What am I doing
So
here?
you're watching Maluach and the Joker.
Yeah.
And when he made that shot, I just the envision of Rocky with Apollo Creed in the ring. You ain't so bad. You ain't so bad. Because he was fearless.
Yeah, he was.
Now, a big fella. Just leave the threes to the guys that are the shooters, okay? He took the 1-3.
Yeah, he did.
He built a condo. I know he likes to shoot. I know you can shoot, but let's just save those for the guys that are called your designated shooters.
Yeah, it was a bricklayer. There was no question about that one. By the way, all of these highlights courtesy of Arizona
You ain't
Sports.
so bad, Joker.
98.7. Yeah, I loved it. Let's skip down real fast here. I want to get to Murray because Murray is one of Jamal Murray is one of Manuch's favorite players, and when he obviously not
Canadian or not, Rock. I like him.
Okay, here he is.
Dribbles to his right. Goodwin defending him there. Down to 40 seconds left. 10 on the shot clock. Murray around the screen from Jokic. Weaves his way to the right elbow. Fades and hits the jumper. Jamal Murray. So good. He's got 21.
I just watching him last night.
Yeah.
And I really like watching. He's just steady. He's consistently consistent. He's steady. He does his job. He makes clutch shots. 6 assists last night.
Mm-hmm.
He just has that knack for making the shot or making that pass. And that's what you can appreciate about this guy that really, he's been banged up.
Yeah.
And he's got the knee situation going, but he's been banged up. Shoots off that one leg now. You kind of think of the Joker with the one leg shooting.
Dirk Nowitzki
shot. But I mean, just steady as she goes with Murray.
All right. So then we get down to the final seconds of the game. Now, they run the pick and roll at the top of the circle. This is what happens.
He gets a screen from Cam Johnson. Now Jalen Green switched on to Murray. 15 on the shot clock. Murray goes between his legs. Dribbles left wing around the pick from Jokic. Gets to his right. Right elbow gives to Jokic left elbow for a jumper that goes and puts the Nuggets up to 125-123.
They ran it to perfection.
You know it's coming.
Yeah.
The Suns know it's coming. I think Goodwin was kind of caught between a rock and a hard place. Do I double down on the Joker? And if I run out, then he's basically one-on-one with Iguodala.
Mm-hmm.
So instead of coming out, he's kind of caught between no man's land. And if he collapses on the Joker, he kicks it out to Murray.
There you go. And he's wide open. Yeah.
Or either one of them are wide open, and they're like hitting threes like no tomorrow. So when you know it's coming and you can't stop it, that's got to be frustrating for a basketball team.
Any basketball team, you got that right. Here is Jordan Ott then after the game.
Yeah, Boston and Toronto. I mean, on the road, second night of back-to-back. We're playing better. We're playing really good basketball. second quarter it got away from us a little bit, and you got to find a way to do it for 48 minutes. These guys execute to the highest degree possible. Those three guys are in the middle of the floor and the game for a reason. They've been through it all. Seen it up close and personal for a while. So great battle. Those guys have been through the wars. We're still a newer group, and we hung right there. So love the compete level, loved our togetherness. Just weren't able to pull it out.
That was probably one of the more fluid games I think we've seen in maybe a couple weeks for the Suns. I mean, going back and forth, but it was basically, as he mentioned, aside from that second quarter, they got outscored, that being the Suns, 39-22 in that second quarter. But they came back, got back in the game with the threes.
Yes.
But you mentioned entertaining. It was fun.
It was.
They were in the game. They just couldn't close it out.
All right, here's Devin Booker after the game. He had a good look at a three, but it hit the front of the iron.
It was a good look. Just missed it. Can't ask for nothing better than that.
Obviously, when you put it strong in the backcourt, did that throw off?
No, I got exactly the look I wanted. Just got to knock it out.
And then
that's fair.
And the carom that Royce O'Neal is right there to flip the ball back. By the way, if he makes that, it's good.
It's good.
Because when it left his hand,
there was a second left.
There was a second left, but to be that wise to follow the shot, put it back in there. But I agree with you. Hey, get the three, end the game, move on, because you could just sense the Suns were gassed. And I don't think they wanted another, 5 minutes in overtime?
5 minutes
of the Joker to do pick and roll 5 or 6 times up and down the court.
All right, so it is a loss for the Suns. Now, also last night was the finals of the TGL. And Tiger Woods played for his team, the Juniper team. They got hammered big time. Jupiter, thank you. The Jupiter team, the Los Angeles Golf Club just hammered them to win. But later on, Tiger was asked the question about, okay, so you did this. Are you training now so that hopefully you can play in the Masters in April? And this was his response.
As I said, I've been trying. It's just this body it doesn't recover like it was when it was 24, 25. Doesn't mean I'm not trying. I've been trying for a while. I've had a couple bad injuries here the past year that I've had to fight through, and it's taken some time. But I keep trying. I want to play. I've loved the tournament. I love being there since when I was 19 years old. So it's meant a lot to me and my family and over the years. And I'm going to be there either way with the loop that's going up there, as well as the champions dinner. So
That decision that will have to come right down to the Friday before.
I don't know. We'll see how it goes. I'll be practicing playing at home this week, and keep trying to make progress.
There you go. That's Tiger Woods last night. By the way, the Loop is the new golf course that he designed there at Augusta. So it's a 9-hole course. So that's why he is going to be there. Plus, he will attend, as always, the Champions Dinner. That is our replay rewind presented today by Lerner & Rowe. Interact, need a check. Just make one call. 602-977-1900. Always at lernerandrowe.com, and you get a free consultation. Once again, Lerner & Rowe, one call, that's all. 602-977-1900. All right, we talked a lot about the Suns here in the first part of the show. Suns radio analyst Tim Kempton, he is going to be our guest, and he is next. We continue on. Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Let's get you right now to a 620 Sports Center update.
It's now time for your Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B's ESPN 620 Sports Center update. I'm Connor Collins. The Phoenix Suns came up just short last night, falling 125-123 to the Denver Nuggets. Nikola Jokic had a triple-double, finishing with 23 points, 17 rebounds, and 21 assists to lead Denver. And for Phoenix, Devin Booker had 22 points and 8 assists, while Jalen Green added 21. Arizona State newly hired head coach Randy Bennett's introductory press conference has been postponed as he's recovering from an illness, expected to be back next week. And it's opening day for MLB, as the Arizona Diamondbacks are opening tomorrow against the Dodgers, but tonight you can catch the Yankees versus Giants streaming live on Netflix. Experience the best game day atmosphere in town at the DraftKings Sportsbook at TPC Scottsdale. ESPN Radio 620 will be live on site for the national championship game on Monday, April 6th. It's going to be packed. Don't miss the madness. We'll see you at TPC Scottsdale. Coming up next, Tim Kempton joins the guys.
When it's game time in the Valley, you know what time it is. It's Twin Peaks time. Head to Twin Peaks with 5 Valley locations and massive screens everywhere you look. From basketball, baseball to hockey, fights, and more, there's no better place to catch every play and all the action. Bud Light is a proud partner of sports fans everywhere. Twin Peaks eats, drinks, scenic views.
I was in a wreck. I need a check.
I was in a wreck. I need a check.
I was in a wreck. I need a check.
I'm attorney Kevin Rowe. The insurance company's job is to pay you as little as possible. Our job is to get you every dollar you deserve. Call Rowe today and let's make them pay. Call 977-1900.
Call 977-1900.
The road to the championship ends Monday, April 6th, and the place to watch it is DraftKings at TPC Scottsdale with Roc and Manuch and Jimmy B on ESPN 620. Join us from 1 till 4 p.m. as we break down the matchup, the betting angles, and everything you need before tip-off of the big championship game. Cold drinks, big screens, and the best sports crowd in the Valley. Come hang with Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Live Monday at DraftKings at TPC Scottsdale. The championship game deserves a championship setting.
Have you ever been to Rodizio Grill? Let me tempt you. Start your Rodizio experience with our hot, unlimited appetizers. Indulge on our award-winning gourmet salad bar with over 35 items. Then, 16 delicious, sizzling, rotisserie grilled meats and grilled items like our tender top sirloin and Rodizio's signature glazed pineapple, as much as you'd like.
Rodizio Grill, the Brazilian steakhouse.
Located in Mesa, North Scottsdale.
He's a husband, a dad, owner of a gym. He's also a police officer. Staying strong and pain-free isn't optional. It's safety. That's why David Boardman's a QC Kinetics patient.
My job is dependent on my physical ability and my physical fitness so that I can protect myself, so that I can go home safe to my family at the end of the night.
But severe knee pain nearly took that away. Doctors said surgery, shut down the workouts. David needed another option. That was QC Kinetics. They told him,
we're going to give you the opportunity to have not one, but 2 healthy knees, and we don't have to cut you open.
They used David's own healing tools in his blood to help restore his knees. Regenerative treatments right in the office.
Since I've gone to them, I run 20, 30 miles a week.
Trust the team helping active people avoid surgery. Call QC Kinetics today for your free consultation.
Call QC Kinetics 602-837-7246 in Phoenix, Scottsdale, Peoria, and Chandler. That's 837-7246. 837-7246.
Let's get back to Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B now on ESPN 620.
That was a good look. Just missed it. Can't ask for nothing better than that.
Honestly, don't put his film in the track quick and dead. Throw off.
Nah,
okay.
I got exactly what I want. Just got to knock it out.
All right, everybody, welcome back. Devin Booker, of course, the loss last night to the Joker-led Denver Nuggets. Tim Kempton is our guest. You can always follow him on X at SunsTK. That's SunsTK.
Hey, Tim, before we get going, I just wanted we always do this thing called On This Day. So on Monday, on this day, back in it was Monday the 23rd, 1993.
Why are we doing Monday? It's Wednesday.
No. Just remember, we do this thing called On This Day. Okay, just hang with me there, big fella. So on Monday the 23rd, we did our On This Day. And on that day, Monday the 23rd, back in 1993, was the Pierce Street Brawl between the Knicks and the Suns. And there's one Tim Kempton right there, front center, holding Mason back and trying to be the police officer. That thing was a Donnybrook. You can tell you the truth, Tim, I forgot how out of hand that thing got.
Yeah, that one got pretty good. And shoot, you might as well go for the biggest guy in the bus, right? So,
I'm going Tim. He's like 6'10", about 290 or whatever it was. But talk about I just remember that Doc Rivers with that little screen check by KJ, and when that happened, all hell broke
And it
loose.
was on.
Yeah, and it's different. Obviously today that's a month fine, 10 games missed. But what came of it? Nothing came of it. All it was guys pushing and shoving and taking care of each other. I think the NBA has gone way too far the other way, and they keep on saying player safety. If they were really interested in player safety, you wouldn't be playing all these back-to-backs. You wouldn't be playing a back-to-back from Boston to Minnesota. So just say what it is. Don't tell me it's something because you have this, ulterior plan in your mind. And I love hockey because they're self-policing. If you shoot a guy a dirty shot, you're going to have to fight someone. And I think the NBA is taking it way too far the other way.
It was funny to watch that thing several times. Marley dove in there. You dove in there. I think Chuck kind of backed out a little bit.
He did back out.
Just to make sure.
Chuck's always been a little bit of a wuss, a soft guy. Let other guys fight his battles for sure.
But it's interesting. You guys, that was right at halftime, so everybody went to their locker rooms. You guys came out and crushed them in the second half. What did Westfall say to you guys in that locker room? Because you guys just laid the wood in the second half.
Yeah, there was more about the guys in the locker room than actually, Paul Westfall. That was a great thing about Westy. He understood the guys in the locker room. He let them take control. You mentioned it. You got Charles Barkley, you got Tom Chambers, you got Dan Marley. You got all these leaders to begin with. So not much needs to be said in circumstances like that.
Tim Kempton is our guest on the Right Toyota guest line. All right, Timmy, to last night, I'm a guy who watches players. I'm not a team guy. Manuch loves the Suns. He grew up here, grew up on them.
I bleed orange.
Yes, you do. I know. But I like watching players. So last night, I was totally dialed in on Nikola Jokic. To me, Tim, he is still, I know the Wemby talk, Luka, SGA. To me, he is still the best player on the planet. He has almost a triple-double by halftime. Yeah. What did you see about his game last night?
Yeah, total dominance. I am still a firm believer. If anybody has listened to the broadcast, I would match up on every other guy tight, because when he gets 15, 16, 17 assists, you're not going to win. He just makes everybody else on the floor that much better. He gets you open shots. You're cutting back door. The ball is in your hands. It's a simple layup. I just want to see someone stay home on all four guys, make Nikola Jokic beat you by himself, because he doesn't want to do that. He doesn't want to do that, and see where the chips lie. But he's in my mind, he is the best player in the league by far. He averages a triple-double this season. Again, he makes all those players on that roster better. He and Jamal Murray are just an absolute joy to watch. If you like basketball, they're passing, they're moving, they're cutting, the way they set screens, their IQ, the two of them together. So Jokic leads the league in assists, and then you got Jamal Murray, who averages 70 assists a game in the top 10. When those two guys are setting you up, it's just great fun basketball to watch, unless you're playing them on a given night.
Yeah, it was very entertaining to watch that game, and you watch the Joker, but the Suns had, 6 individuals in double figures. Tim, that was a very fun, entertaining, last-second shot type of game that I think that's what the Suns are doing a better job of. And you saw concerted effort with the defense, really, aside from that second quarter, in the third and fourth quarter. To you, is that somewhat of the difference from the last several games, even though the last 6 out of 7 was the defensive commitment there in that fourth quarter?
Yeah, well, what I liked is that they came and brought the same effort, the same style of play after beating Toronto the other night. And they were in it. Listen, Denver, their record is what it is. They've had a bunch of injuries just like everybody else. That's why they're down in the 4th, 5th, 6th place, wherever they are in the Western Conference. So the Suns playing the way they did. And listen, that second quarter, I don't think yes, Denver scored 39, but the Suns got away from what they were doing offensively. If they score, it was 39-20. If they score 6, 7, 8 more points in that quarter, in the second quarter, I thought they settled for shots. They weren't the aggressive attacking team getting paint touches and then kicking it out. In that second quarter, a lot of the games stayed on the perimeter, and they took the first 3 that was available. So I thought it was more offensively, even though Denver did score 39. I thought it was more the way the Suns played on the offensive end in that second quarter. And the other 3 quarters were fine. The way they challenged, the way they attacked, their shot selection was great. They only had 3 turnovers in the entire game. In the second half, they cleaned up Denver's offensive rebounding. They had 11 in the first half and had 13 second chance points. In the second half, I think they only got 3 offensive rebounds for the entire second half. So the Suns made changes. They had balanced scoring. Outside of that second quarter, I thought their offense was quick. It was precise. It was moving the ball. So, yeah, even though they lost, I thought it was a step in the right direction. I'm not a silver lining guy, but the overall picture is you want to be getting healthy and you want to be playing your best basketball. Those last 2 games are a sign of the Suns' better basketball coming up here with, 9 games to go, and then the play-in, play-off situation.
Tim, as you talk about more fluid, I mean, there's 10 guys being played. I think you just said it. For everybody that played, for 10 guys to play in a game like that, to be that fluid or look that consistent, is that a direct cause of the way that Jordan Knott's played so many guys for such a long period of time this year?
Yeah, the good news about the guys being hurt, other guys have stepped up, and they've all made the most of their minutes. And we're even talking about guys that didn't play like that. Isaiah Livers is a guy that's played well in certain circumstances. But, yes, the extra minutes that guys have got because of the injury situation, and also Jordan Knott and his staff playing guys. How about Kaman Malawach? He's only 19. Yeah, there are times he gets pushed around. Teams take advantage of him physically. But what he's been able to do in the minutes that Jordan Knott has given him, Rasheer Fleming the same way. So, yeah, I love what's happened with this team and how the staff has managed this roster through injuries, but also managed this roster when they've had healthy bodies to put out there.
It is painfully obvious that they do miss Dylan Brooks. Can you give us an update at all? Is there any timetable that you know of when he might be able to get back on the court?
Yeah, hopefully sooner than later. I don't have any time for it, but he's been working out. That last road trip, he was on every day. He was cardio and ball handling and all that stuff. So I think we'll get him back, with a couple of games left in the regular season. I don't know, but just looking at the way he's working and he's moving and, he doesn't have a hard cast on that hand anymore. He looks good. And, it would be one big help to get him back on the court at this time of the year.
Yeah, and Tim, as far as, things that the Suns look like they'll probably stay in that 7th position unless they win the next 9 in a row, one way or the other. Do you err on the side of caution for Grayson Allen, who looks like he's still dragging that knee a little bit and making sure some of these guys that are banged up or dinged up, get them ready to go for the play-in tournament?
Well, what I'd like to see is if he's injured, sit him.
Yeah.
You don't want to play with if he's sore and he's hurt. Hey, manage that. We've got 3 days off right now. Right. Grayson's a tough kid. If you get some of these games down the end, like take for Chicago, who just beat us. So I'm talking a little bit out of my head right now. If you got a little bit of a lead on Chicago and you can manage the roster and manage his minutes there, go ahead and do so. Love to see that. And being in the 7th position right now, there is one team in the Western Conference that really is going, if I have my choices, I wouldn't play the Phoenix Suns. And you know who that is? the San Antonio Spurs. The Suns are 2-2 in the season series. Possibly, that last second shot by Wembanyama, very easily 3-1. The game that they lost was a blowout. But, I'm telling you, the seventh position, if the Suns are healthy and you're playing good basketball, the Suns will play against anybody. And a team like San Antonio, who's in the second position, who's got all these expectations like they're supposed to beat the Suns, coming out of seventh out of the play-in situation, I would love to see that series right now.
Always great, pal, when we catch up with you. Always good information. Thank you, man. You have a great day.
Great talking to you guys. See you guys soon.
There you go. That's Tim Kempton, everybody. Suns radio analyst, of course, former player with the Suns. You can follow him on X at SunsTK. Again, that's SunsTK. Timmy's brought to you by Big's American Bar and Grill in Peoria, which brings you great food, cold drinks, and, of course, wall-to-wall sports. One of the best viewing spots in the valley. It's Biggs in the P83 district, right across from the Peoria Sports Complex. Manuch, where are we going to be on Friday?
We will be at Biggs on Friday.
Can't wait. Going to be a great time. We love going there. Hey, coming up next, it's On This Day and a little football at 50. Manuch, can you believe that Major League Baseball is opening up tonight on Netflix?
Say it ain't so. Say it ain't so.
We're back after this.
Let me remind you, Thursdays are where the weekend starts at Twin Peaks Restaurant. Grab an ice-cold Bud Light or a refreshing Michelob Ultra and catch wall-to-wall sports on massive TVs everywhere you look. Big games, cold beer, made from scratch food. Start your weekend early with Bud Light and Michelob Ultra. Thursdays at Twin Peaks. Eats, drinks, and scenic views. Phoenix, if you need a plumber, call the team that does it the right way. Victory Plumbing Arizona. It's particular plumbing for particular people with upfront pricing before the work starts. So there's no surprises when the job's done. And here's a deal just for listeners. Tell them you heard Victory Plumbing on Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, and they'll waive the service charge. For leaks, clogs, water heaters, or anything plumbing, book today at victoryplumbingarizona.com. ROC number 268603.
Arizona's headquarters for Toyotas is Wright Toyota. Hey, Rock, for my friends at Wright Toyota in Scottsdale. You will always find the right deal at Wright Toyota. Wright Toyota has been driving Arizona's home for years with their amazing service, pricing, and great selection. I encourage you to discover the difference at Wright Toyota. Make the right choice, Wright Toyota, just off the 101 on Franklin Wright Boulevard, and always online at WrightToyota.com. The right price, the right selection. Check out WrightToyota.com.
This week at Vans Golf Shops by Worldwide Golf, it's the Callaway Fitting and Bonus Trade-In event March 26th through the 29th. The new Callaway Quantum drivers feature Tri-Force space for a quantum leap in distance off the tee. Take advantage of the 50% bonus trade-in towards your new purchase. Swing into Vans Golf Shops or book your fitting online at worldwidegolf.com. Trusted by golfers since 1963 and home to the legendary 90-day 100% satisfaction guarantee. Get there.
When it comes to sushi, reputation matters, and Sushi Brokers Arcadia has built theirs on being the best sushi in Arizona. From traditional rolls to bold fusion creations, like our crowd favorite, Seafood Dynamite, and the must-try sushi pizza. We've got something for everyone. Our famous happy hour is every day from 3 to 6:30 with fresh favorites like the California roll, spicy tuna roll, and the surf and turf roll, topped with seared steak. Sushi Brokers Arcadia, 44th Street in Indian School.
Arizona children enter the foster system every day. If you're a parent, a coach, a teacher, or just someone who cares about young people, then you may be in a position to help. Becoming a foster parent not only creates a positive ripple effect in a child's life, it can improve our entire community. That's the foster effect. To learn more, go to azdcs.gov/foster effect. This message is brought to you by the Arizona Department of Child Safety.
Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B want to take you back. A quick reflection on some of the more memorable moments in sports and pop culture. Now, time for your Wright Toyota On This Day report. Wright Toyota, right on the corner, right on the price. Wright Toyota in Scottsdale.
All right, everybody. We had a great conversation with Suns analyst Tim Kempton. Now it is Manuch's favorite part of the show because he loves this, because he lives, breathes, and thinks history. It is on this day.
Were you history? Did you love history?
I love history.
I love the war history. I've been a history buff forever.
Me too.
Especially music history. I love that as well, too. Well, this is kind of the start of athletes marketing products. So going way back to 1937, it's revealed Quaker Oats pays Babe Ruth $25,000 per year for ads. Salaries, folks, back in the day were like $3,000.
That's it
for ball players.
Yeah.
And here's Quaker Oats paying the Babe $25,000 per year. I remember this one, 1967, UCLA led by then sophomore Lou Alcindor / Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, 20 points, tops Dayton 79-64 for the NCAA championship. It was close for about, 5 minutes. And then UCLA just laid the wood.
They did put it on.
And again, in that era, you weren't allowed to dunk the basketball.
That is correct.
And Lou or Kareem would just go over the top of the rim, just kind of lay it in there.
Yeah.
But it was fun to watch them, the way that those John Wooden-led teams, that era, and Lou Alcindor just dominated for so many years.
People are so stupid because they don't do any history research on anything. Yeah, and you are absolutely correct. We always talk about players who forced changes in the game. They changed college basketball because Lou Alcindor at the time would just dunk on everybody. So they disallowed dunk shots just because of him.
I think it came back early 70s.
After he graduated.
Yeah, because Bill Walton, remember when he took over, and then Steve Patterson were still banking him off the rim. This is still phenomenal. 1982, Wayne Gretzky becomes the first NHL player to score 200 points in a season. And he still had a month left to go in the season. So here we are, March 25th, 1982. Gretzky becomes the very first to get 200 points in the season. And last but not least, this one I remember.
Oh, yeah.
1988, Robin Givens, the actress, demands full access to her husband's, Mike Tyson's, money. Dinero.
Aren't all women like that?
Well,
give me the loot.
I think what happened to
me the loot,
Barbara
dude.
Walters interviewed Tyson and Robin Givens at their house. They had a little spat while doing the interview.
They did.
Yeah, because she said to Robin Givens, does he get angry or ornery when he's at home? And she looks at, he can get a little out of sorts or something to that effect. And he looked at her like, you can't be telling tales of what our home life's like.
You got it.
And she comes, the story is after Barbara Walters left from the interview, they had a spat. I think a divorce followed.
Yep.
But she wanted some of that cash or access to the cash. So
they're all gold diggers. They're all gold diggers.
Well, if you got it, I guess. But if I don't have it, Lord, God bless Lori. I'm just happy she still likes me. That's for sure. There you go. A little on this day.
All right. Good stuff as always. Let's do a little football at 50. It is presented by Victory Plumbing of Arizona. Hey, if you need a plumber, call the team that does it right. It's Victory Plumbing. They offer up front pricing before the work even begins. So there are no surprises later. And when you mention the three really cool guys on the radio, Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, they waive the service charge. Yeah, all you got to do is say, hey, Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, those losers, they will waive the service charge. It's a great company. You can book right now. Just go online. VictoryPlumbingArizona.com. That's VictoryPlumbingArizona.com.
Well, it looks like this is a quarterback segment for a little football at 50.
Okay.
The Saints are adding Zach Wilson as a backup quarterback to Tyler Shuck, according to ESPN's Adam Schefter. And I don't think this means that Spencer Rattler is out. I think there's going to be good competition between Zach Wilson and Spencer Rattler. As a matter of fact, I like Spencer much better than Zach Wilson because this is is this the fourth team? Jets, Dolphins, Broncos. Yes, this is the fourth team that Zach Wilson is with. So this is interesting that they would sign him and confirm him as the backup, that being Zach Wilson. I'd love to just see Spencer Rattler and Zach Wilson go at it and let the best man win as far as that's concerned.
Most teams now have 3 quarterbacks.
They do, but we're talking backup versus the third quarterback.
I understand.
It's a big difference.
Yeah, I think Rattler's going to be the backup.
Well, I would hope so. I think he's better all-around quarterback.
Yeah.
Hey, Joe Flacco. Yeah, you got your 9th life. You're coming back to the Bengals as the Bengals re-sign him. They brought him in last year, and he took over for Joe Flacco. But Joe Burrow's a little butthurt. He's a little, I guess, perplexed. He says, quote, "Believe me, I wish I was a guy somewhere. And I think the teams are dumb for not having me be that guy." He felt that in free agency, that somebody out there would look to sign him as the starter for them. Now, he also adds, quote, "Not being one of those guys to go sign somewhere. Yeah, it really pisses me off a little bit. But at the same time, I'm very happy to be here."
one contradictory after the next.
Hey,
It's
Joe,
amazing.
Joe, you do a good job. You're 41.
Yeah.
You're a big, strong-arm guy. Let's just pump the brakes.
Just
right there,
chill
big
and
guy.
shut up.
Now, you know what? Here's the thing. If Joe Flacco goes down again, you will be the guy. Like you were the guy backing up Joe Flacco this last year. By the way, Bengals staff not happy that Joe Burrow was playing in the flag football game.
You mentioned that
this
the
past
other
weekend.
day. Yeah.
A lot of organizations aren't happy that their guys were playing in that flag football game. So especially Joe Flacco, didn't he just come off of a ACL or
he
something
did.
like that?
But when Joe Burrow came back, he was extremely productive.
Yes,
he
was.
had not lost a step.
Yeah, Joe Burrow, I'm sorry, thank you, Connor. It came off that ACL. Tua Tagovailoa basically say, "Hey, look, I need to step it up." After getting paid and not playing very well, throwing 15 picks last year for the Miami Dolphins, I need to make sure I pick it up, get my game to where it is, because what they're saying is that he's going to compete for the starting job with Michael Penix Jr. And what they're also saying is that if Michael Penix Jr. is completely healthy by training camp, which I would have a hard time to believe that because that knee operation was also an ACL.
Right.
So we'll get to see, but he says, "Hey, look, I just got to play better." That's what that really means. He says, quote, "There's no other way to sugarcoat it than I need to improve and step my game up," close quote.
Well, at least he realizes it. That's a plus.
He just looked out of sorts. He looked off.
Yep.
Something was amiss with that organization.
Hey, when we come back, baseball writer Barry Bloom is going to join us. We also have campus quickies. We look at ASU, U of A, and NAU. It's all coming up in hour number 2. We are here for your listening and dancing pleasure until 4 o'clock this afternoon. It's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, ESPN 620 on the FM dial 98.7 HD-2 and on the Arizona Sports app.
If you don't care about saving 50% off your wireless bill for the same 5G coverage the big guys are charging a fortune for, maybe you care about keeping jobs in America. Pure Talk does. They've pledged to run their entire operation from this country, including all their customer service. Or maybe you care about our nation's veterans. Pure Talk does. They've donated hundreds of thousands of dollars to America's Warrior Partnership, a fantastic organization working hard to prevent veteran suicide. Or maybe you care about closing America's skills gap. Pure Talk does. They're a proud supporter of MicroWorks. They're helping my foundation train the next generation of skilled workers. Don't get me wrong. Saving money's great, and you'll save plenty with Pure Talk. But if you want to be in business with people who share your values, dial pound 250. Say Micro, and switch to an American wireless company that actually stands for something. Pure Talk.
You bought an RV, and you got an automatic discount from Progressive by bundling it with your home or auto insurance. That's great, but a serious word of warning every RVer should heed. You don't need to talk about things like dry weight or dump stations. And you don't need one of those expensive water filter straws either, because the most extreme thing most RVers encounter is a campsite without hookups. So just enjoy yourself and Progressive's automatic discount when you bundle your RV, boat, or motorcycle with your home or auto insurance. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Not available in all states or situations.
Jackson Hewitt will do your taxes for $149 or less, no matter how complicated. So if you're a delivery driver / handyman / wedding DJ, you pay only $149 or less. We're talking to you, waitress.
Check, please.
/ pet sitter / influencer. Just $149 or less. Want your refund to work as hard as you? Hurry, don't wait. File with Jackson Hewitt today. Limited time offer for new clients on federal returns. Participating locations only. Terms at jacksonhewitt.com /149.
I was in a wreck. I need a check.
I was in a wreck. I need a check.
I was in a wreck. I need a check.
I'm Kevin Rowe from Lerner and Rowe, and we've been serving Arizonans for 20 years. Make the best choice after an accident. Call 977-1900. That's 977-1900.
Game on Peoria. When it's time to eat big, drink cold, and watch every play, make it Big's American Bar and Grill in the P83 district. Big's is serving up huge portions of your favorites. Burgers, wings, nachos, plus a full bar and TVs everywhere you look. And don't miss happy hour Monday through Thursday, 3 to 6:30 p.m. with $2 off well drinks and $2 off domestic drafts, plus daily specials all week long. Bring your friends, grab a seat on the patio, and settle in for the game. Big's American Bar and Grill, where Peoria comes to play, eat, and watch.
KTAR AM Phoenix, Arizona's home for the worldwide leader in sports, is ESPN 620. Let's get back to Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B now on ESPN 620.
All right, everybody, welcome back in. Major League Baseball season officially opens tonight in San Francisco. It is the Yankees and the Giants. I'm about to throw a hissy fit because the game is on freaking Netflix. Nobody gives a rat's ass about Netflix.
Do you have Netflix, Jimmy?
No.
I do.
Yeah, you got it for the woman, so she can watch movies.
For movies.
That's it. That's all it's good for. Good God. I hope our next guest can calm me down. It is Barry Bloom, everybody. You hear him on our show a lot. Senior baseball writer for Forbes, and you can follow him on X at Boomski. That's at Boomski. Barry, welcome. I'm like ready to commit Harry Carey here. I cannot believe that it's on Netflix.
Opening night,
yeah,
Gary.
Come on.
Well, you get that along with your favorite Russian novelette. So, I mean, how can you complain?
Gary, we were talking yesterday, some of the sports writers, throughout that are covering baseball. What is your favorite moment of opening night as a writer? And then maybe opening night as a young man going to your first game ever, or maybe just an opening night period.
One of some of my greatest memories are from growing up in New York and going to opening nights and days at Yankee Stadium, and having one, at the second renovated stadium that it played in the snow. And it just came down it was a game against Detroit, and the snow just came down all game. And that was very strange. And then another one, I came up, Trevor Hoffman got into the Hall of Fame, I don't want to say about 6 or 7 years ago, and they invited me to the orientation. And it was the day after they were opening at Yankee Stadium. They were playing Tampa there. I got to the stadium for the opening, and the entire field was covered with snow, and they banged the game. And I couldn't stay for the next day for the reopener because I had to drive up to Cooperstown because that was Trevor's orientation. And then Trevor got there late because his flight, he was flying into Philadelphia, got to Philadelphia, and his connecting flight to Albany was banged. So they had to drive up from Philadelphia, and all their clothes and bags wound up in Albany. And he winds up at the Hall of Fame orientation in some college, sweat
Attire.
from his son, where his son was playing college baseball at the time. And then he didn't get his baggage until at the hotel, the Otisaka, until the next night. And, basically just about to leave when he got his bags. So, the games itself, I don't really have too many memories of a great opening day, of a game itself that really stood out. They're usually pretty blah.
Bear, I grew up in the late 60s, early 70s, probably a lot like yourself. And I guess after practice, we would hustle home on opening night because it was usually Cincinnati taking somebody on, but they start like at 1 o'clock. But the one year was at 74. They opened up with the Dodgers in Atlanta because Hank Aaron was getting ready to break the Babe Ruth home run record. Now, I can't remember if that was the second or third day or opening day. Can you recollect? Because we had to hustle them quickly because there was night games because Downing was pitching, and that's the night that Hank Aaron broke the record.
If I remember correctly, didn't he tie the record in Cincinnati and then he went to Atlanta?
Yes, that is correct.
Yes. It wasn't I don't think it was opening night that he, the home opener that he set it in Atlanta, but maybe the second night.
Yes, I think you're right. Yeah. All I know is that the first couple days, just to watch, you got to get home and watch Hank Aaron. But it always seemed like Cincy. See, it was all about Cincinnati. When did that stop, or why has that stopped? That Cincy's not the opener.
Yeah, I think it stopped in Buddy, Selig's regime. Basically they were readapting everything, and they realigned into the divisions with the wild cards, and Cincinnati. It was Cincinnati for years. That had the major league opener.
Barry Bloom is our guest on the Wright Toyota guest line. Major League Baseball opens up tonight. Yankees at San Francisco Giants. All right, give me a quick synopsis. What do you think of both these teams? I think most people believe the Yankees are going to be in play once again for the playoffs. So my question to you is, in your estimation, are the Giants a possible wild card team as well?
I think they're an outside wild card team. I think the Yankees, are really problematic. I mean, they go into the season with platoon at first base, Chisholm at second base who can't play second base. They don't have a starting shortstop. Volpe is still recovering from off-season shoulder surgery, and he wasn't much of a shortstop anyway. If Mann is their third baseman, really, this is the Yankees of $300 million, and this is what they're coming in with. Their outfield is, Grisham and Bellinger and Judge. And Grisham is like batted 200 during spring training, and they don't have Cole and Rodon for at least the first 2 months of the season as they're coming back from, from surgery. So they're going to have to weather it, the first couple of months. And I think the Giants, they're going to weather, Vitello, how he's going to adjust as a major league manager coming off of spring training. It really wasn't very good. And they didn't make major changes in the offseason. It's sort of like center fielder, marginal center fielder, marginal number 3 pitcher. They come back with, the same alignment, and, the only thing that's different about this season is that they're going to come back with the same left fielder for the first time in the back-to-back years since Barry Bonds retired in 2007. So, I mean, it's like really, I look at Giants, Diamondbacks, and Padres, I think in ascending order, basically Padres have the most talent. Diamondbacks have decent pitching, but not bullpen. The Giants are neither here nor there. They're another 81 team. And I just look at them and go, I told this to Torey Lovello, I told this to AJ Preller, just find a way to win 85 to 90 games. And then, try to make the playoffs. And if you make the playoffs, then something good can happen. Stop chasing the Dodgers. You know, the Padres burnt themselves out the last 2 years chasing the Giants, the Dodgers, I should say.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's like it last year especially, they ran so hard against them down to the last weekend of the season, and then they had to go to Chicago for the playoffs, and they were just done. And the year before, they were up 2-1 in the division series and didn't score any runs the last 3 games, last couple of games, and lost the division series. So, I mean, you know, you have to look at, and this is just an aside here, maybe we've talked about this on the air before, but the whole way of approaching how to clinch a playoff spot has really changed. You really have to look at the schedule in its totality and say, you know, these are the teams that we might be tied with for a playoff spot, and we have to go into it no matter what time of year it is. We have to win the season series. So, I mean, if you're facing Atlanta, and Atlanta's in early, you go to Atlanta early, they come home early, and you're done with them for the year. You better win that season series because, like 2 years ago with the Diamondbacks, they wound up tied with the Mets and Atlanta for the division for the playoffs, and they wound up on the outs because they lost the division series of both Atlanta and the Mets, who clinched on the last day of the season with a makeup doubleheader. And so, I mean, games that you're really looking at that you don't pay too much attention to in April and May and June, you better pay attention to them because that could be the way you win or lose.
Hey, Barry, got about 1 more minute left for you. We really appreciate you jumping on here on opening night. Ohtani, he's going to be in the regular rotation. Looks like he's going to be number 3 in the rotation, and then DH when he's not playing. What can we expect as far as wins and home runs since he'll be doing double duty this year?
Well, I just wrote about this the other day, and I just think, look, this is the first time since 2023 he's going to go into a full season where I think 2022 was he went in 2023, got hurt at the end of the year. 2022 was the last year he pitched and hit entirely for an entire season. This is the first time the Dodgers have him healthy, doing both from the start of the season and his third season with the Dodgers. I just think the sky's the limit for the guy. You know, it's not going to surprise me if he has the kind of season where he can unseat Skeens and win the Cy Young Award and win his 4th straight MVP award, league MVP award. Man, the guy is phenomenal. You know, the few things he did last year in the playoffs, which were unreal. You know, the night he hit the 3 home runs and struck out 10 and pitched 6 scoreless innings against Milwaukee. And then the night in the World Series, he was on base 9 times in an 18-inning game. I mean, these are things that have never been done before by a single player. The closest you could get is 1971 when Rick Wise hit a team and hit 2 home runs in the game, and that was only as a as a pitcher who happened to be hitting at the time. They don't do that anymore.
It's great to have you on. We're excited for baseball season. We're going to be dialing your phone number throughout the course of the entire baseball season. Thank you, Barry.
All right. Well, thanks for having me on, guys. We're looking forward to it.
There you go. By the way, once again, you can follow Barry Bloom on X, and it's a great handle, at Boomski. That's Boomskie. Boomski. That's it. That's Barry Bloom, senior writer from Forbes. And he's presented today by Lerner and Rowe. Just make one call. That's all. 602-977-1900. It is indeed Lerner and Rowe. All right. When we come back, we're going to dive into what we saw last night. Suns and the Nuggets. And the Joker, once again, the best basketball player on the planet. He showed it again last night. Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. ESPN 620, 98.7 FM, HD-2, and on the Arizona Sports app.
Let me remind you, Thursdays are where the weekend starts at Twin Peaks Restaurant. Grab an ice-cold Bud Light or refreshing Michelob Ultra and catch wall-to-wall sports on massive TVs everywhere you look. Big games, cold beer, made from scratch food. Start your weekend early with Bud Light and Michelob Ultra. Thursdays at Twin Peaks. Eats, drinks, and scenic views.
Join the team at All City Towing, Arizona's largest towing company and leader in roadside service. We're hiring dispatchers, call takers, lot attendants, drivers, and customer service pros ready to grow with us. You'll enjoy state-of-the-art equipment, consistent schedules, full health benefits, a strong 401k match, employer life insurance, and a monthly fuel allowance. Take your career to the next level. Apply today at allcitytowing.com. All City Towing, where your future is always moving forward.
Bigger fields, bigger events, bigger experiences. Arizona Athletic Grounds. Arizona Athletic Grounds is a 275-acre sports and entertainment destination for athletes, fans, and families. Located in Mesa, AAG is one of the largest multi-sport complexes in the country, with over 475,000 square feet indoors and more than 150 fields and courts. From tournaments to training to cheer, dance, concerts, and corporate events, the Grounds does it all. Learn more at azgrounds.com.
Another Arizona storm season's rolling through. Before the next big downpour hits, call State 48 Roofing for your free roof inspection. Whether it's cracked tiles, flat roofs, or old shingles, don't wait for leaks to show up. State 48 Roofing is Arizona's #1 referred roofer, trusted for over a decade in both residential and commercial roofing. Protect your home, protect your business with State 48 Roofing. Visit state48roofing.com or call 480-268-4509 today.
We get it. A meal shouldn't cost you nearly $20. And we agree. At Venezia's Pizzeria, lunch or dinner for under $10 is still a thing. And for an even sweeter deal, stop in and grab a Slice Rewards card. Get a stamp for every qualifying Slice special. 10 visits, 1 free qualifying special. Simple. And every Tuesday, we double your stamps. That's your free pizza twice as fast. Venezia's Pizzeria, a family tradition with great rewards.
Action! When I grow up, I want to be a director because they get to talk to everybody about everything. They get to make cool movies and dance music videos.
If your child is sick over and over again, it could be PI, a defect of the immune system that affects millions. Early testing can give children a chance to dream.
And when I'm a director, I get to say, lights, camera, action.
For more information, visit the Jeffrey Modell Foundation at info4pi.org.
That's a wrap.
Let's get back to Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B now on ESPN 620.
Booker gets it back, drives on the right wing. It's going to stop, fake, shoot a three, and no good. Royce O'Neal, the putback at the horn is also no good, and the Nuggets win it tonight at Mortgage Matchup Center, 125-123, the final score.
Oh, yeah, that was the final shot of the game, although the rebound came out, and Royce O'Neal flipped it back up, but it did not go in. If it would have gone in, there was time on the clock, it would have counted. So, my question to you, Devin Booker after the game came out and said, I had what I got a good look, I had a good chance to make that three ball, and it came up short. Manuch, where are you on him taking that shot?
No problem whatsoever. That's the shot they wanted. He's the guy. He's the dude. He's the leader. And he got a clean shot.
You did.
And I'm like, a lot of people say, why didn't they drive to the basket, go for two, and go into overtime? I got to tell you what, because Denver had the Suns gassed. And the pick and roll. How many pick and rolls did we see the last 5 minutes by the Denver Nuggets?
Almost every time down the court.
And the Joker was dominating. I liked the shot. It was a clean shot.
It was.
He just caught the front of the rim. And to your point, Royce O'Neal was right there to get the carom and almost put it back in. But I liked it because I thought the Suns were out of gas. I really felt they were playing great defense. They're playing as good as they could play. And this team with you got Gordon, the Joker, you got Murray, you got Brown.
They got dudes.
You got dudes. You got 8 guys deep on this team. Now, one thing I noticed about this Denver defense, they get caught up. But the Suns had 6 individuals in double figures.
Uh-huh.
And I thought that Denver's defense wasn't all that good, where the Suns played their butts off on defense, but still they allowed them to score, 125 points in this game last night.
Yeah.
So I thought overall, I liked the shot. You got the shot. Hey, if you hit it, you win. You gain a game on the Denver Nuggets to try to get that 6th spot. But now with 9 games left and you're 4.5 games back,
4.5 out.
it's not going to happen. But it was encouraging to see this team get up and down the court and score.
Manuch, they miss Dylan Brooks so
Big
bad.
time. Yes, they do.
So bad. He was such a key ingredient with what this team did when he was healthy on the court. Even with some of his shenanigans and getting the texts, you dealt with it, but he changes the entire dynamic of the Phoenix Suns when he is on the court.
Well, and to kind of clarify, his shenanigans weren't being a knucklehead. He was just hot-tempered.
He is that.
He's
Yeah.
just got to.
He's running hot.
Controls emotions. You can't fault him for the emotions, the physicality, and the want to win. It's just when he comes back off this hand injury, he's got to figure out a way to curtail a lot of his emotions. Much like Devin Booker, when he's not getting these shots, it's like, okay, Devin, you didn't get hacked. You got hacked, but you didn't get the call. By the way, he got hacked a couple times.
Yeah.
I don't blame him, but I would just check myself instead of jumping up, wave my arms, and just, say something under my breath, but don't say it at the official.
But if you drop the MF bomb, you're going to get teed up.
Well, if you're looking the other way, it's not directed at that official. But I felt the Suns, they played 10 guys. 6 out of the 10 were in double figures.
Mm-hmm.
They had good chemistry. They got up and down the court. There was a concerted effort on defense as well, but you just got beat by a better team.
All right, now let me hedge that just for a moment. Tell me, basketball breath, how many points did the Denver Nuggets score?
They scored 125.
Okay, and you're trying to tell me that they played defense.
Well, they average 120.
I know they do.
And the Suns average 112.
Yes.
So the Suns,
it was more of an open flow game is what it was.
It was, I thought it was a breakneck kind of pace kind of game.
It was Denver's pace.
Yes, it was up and down. But the Suns keyed it to it. They did a good job of getting into it. It's just good luck trying to stop the Joker if you don't have the big guys down low.
They don't.
I mean, now you know why OKC beat them in the Western Conference Finals.
Mm-hmm.
They had 2 big men down low. You had 2 big men outside. You had SGA, who's a big kid as well. They could match the size and they could match them as far as shooting, but they could also get out there in the perimeter and play perimeter defense. Suns couldn't handle Murray. Gordon is really, this kid is really improved. You look at him
He's
over the last
really
couple of years.
athletic, boy. I'll tell you, he just jumps out of the gym and he gets open on those backdoor cuts. And Joker, a couple of times, just fed him the ball, and he just dunks it.
It's interesting to watch Cam Johnson, our prodigal son, start for Denver and see how much he's grown, not only physically, but his game has grown so much. And when you think of when he was here with the Suns, just as a young pup, getting up and down the court, much like Dunn, and I think that I watch him. What a great addition that is for the Denver Nuggets to have Cam Johnson.
Mm-hmm.
And I really felt that he was kind of one of those guys that got in the flow. That as a starter, did an outstanding job for this Denver Nuggets team.
Here is our State 48 Roofing It's Your Call question of the day, because the Suns have now lost 6 of their last 7 games. 6 of their last 7. Hello. What is the biggest piece missing in order for them to win on a consistent basis? You have 4 options. 1, lack of size down low. 2, lack of clutch shooting. 3, Dylan Brooks. 4, a consistent lineup, which would mean chemistry. Just go to Roc and Manuch on X, cast your vote. We will continue to update. Manuch, that question is so obvious to me, and I've already referenced it, how much they miss Dylan the villain, because he just changes everything. And it's difficult for this team, as hard as they try, and they are trying, and they're playing hard. They played hard last night, but they just don't have that extra juice that Dylan Brooks has on the floor.
And very fortunate that Grayson Allen played last night to combat this high-scoring offense, for the Denver Nuggets, and also Royce O'Neal. So both of them felt pretty good that they could go, and they went to combat that. But I agree with you. I think Dylan Brooks, he's that piece they definitely need in there. I'd love to see Mark Williams back in there sooner rather than later. Aside, I will say this, though. I think Iguodala's doing a great job. He just has a hard time defensively. He's just not as big.
He's not big enough. Yeah.
He's not big enough yet. But, he had 15 points.
Right.
He's been really consistent. And the more he plays, the more confident he gets. He needs to practice those free throws. How about the hack-a-shack on Iguodala last night?
I saw that.
How about that?
Yeah.
We haven't seen that since hack-a-shack. But
they know who to foul. That's for sure. Yep.
And he was 3 for 7 as far as free throws were concerned.
That hurts.
But I think Iguodala's growing. He's just not big enough. He's just not. I mean, size-wise, he's got the height. He's 6'10". But, I mean, what's the Joker? 7 foot, 260?
Probably.
I mean, he's just big.
He just maneuvers you around and out of the way. We used to call it big butt guys, and guys that have that, like Barkley. Even Charles Barkley, who was only 6'4.5", he had that big behind. He would just butt you out of the way. You couldn't guard him.
We call him. He's got that base.
That's it.
He's got that low base.
Big butt guys.
I was encouraged with Jalen Green to come down and get a couple big shots at the end of the game.
Yeah.
He missed a few around the rim. I think most because the Joker was down there. But, overall, hey, I think that once Dylan Brooks is back in, they might have had a chance to win that game. And those are some of the things you look at when you get into this play-in spot. They got to have Dylan Brooks. They got to have him.
They have to have him.
But you know what, guys? This is found money. What this team is at right now, to be in a solid 7th spot. Doesn't look like they're going anywhere. But to see where this team was at the beginning of the year, where they are right now, it gives you hope for maybe a piece here, a piece there, that this team down the road, not this year, maybe not next year, that they're one of those teams that could contend if everybody can stay healthy.
Manuch, I talk on the show a lot about working out and doing certain things, golf, tennis, swimming, all of that. And you yourself, you're a workout guy. You're out on the field all the time training quarterbacks. So when you are a workout person, you know what you need. You got to be proteined up. That's the way I feel. And that's why one of the reasons I eat steak and cut after cut of top sirloin and so much more is available at Rodizio Grill. Now, let me tell you a little bit about it. It's a Brazilian steakhouse. And what do? They bring the meat right to your table. They cut it right there in front of you. You can ask for a big cut, a small cut, a middle cut. They have skewers of meat right at your table. Look, it's a lot of fun to go to. The food is absolutely sensational, and they have 2 locations, in Mesa and also North Scottsdale. They are totally authentic. The food is generous, and it's awesome. Yeah, just check them out. You can go online. It's rodizio.com. Once again, that's rodizio.com. All right, coming up, ESPN 620 Sports Center update right now.
It's now time for your Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B's ESPN 620 Sports Center update. I'm Connor Collins. The Phoenix Suns came up just short last night, falling 125-123 to the Denver Nuggets as Nikola Jokic had a triple-double, finishing with 23 points, 17 rebounds, and 21 assists to lead Denver. And for Phoenix, Devin Booker had 22 points and 8 assists, while Jalen Green was able to contribute 21 for his own. The Suns dropped yet another close one as they do continue to battle for a play-in spot late in the season. Arizona State's newly hired head coach Randy Bennett's introductory press conference has been postponed as he recovers from an illness. The event will be rescheduled for next week, most likely. And in its opening day for Major League Baseball, the Arizona Diamondbacks will be on the diamond tomorrow against the Dodgers, but tonight you can catch the Yankees versus the Giants streaming on Netflix. This Sports Center update is sponsored by Twin Peaks, 5 Valley locations, and join us tomorrow as we broadcast live from the Tempe location powered by Michelob Ultra. Twin Peaks, eats, drinks, scenic views.
Mania is here, and there's only one place to catch every buzzer beater, every upset, every bracket buster. Twin Peaks. Watch all the action on wall-to-wall TVs with made-from-scratch favorites and the ultimate game day atmosphere, featuring Michelob Ultra all tournament long. Whether your bracket's still perfect or completely busted, Twin Peaks is your headquarters for the madness. Join us at any of the 5 Valley locations: Deer Valley, Phoenix, Glendale, Scottsdale, and Tempe. Twin Peaks. Eats, drinks, scenic views.
This week at Vans Golf Shops by Worldwide Golf, it's the Callaway Fitting and Bonus Trade-In event March 26th through the 29th. The new Callaway Quantum drivers feature Tri-Force Space for a quantum leap in distance off the tee. Take advantage of the 50% bonus trade-in towards your new purchase. Swing into Vans Golf Shops or book your fitting online at worldwidegolf.com. Trusted by golfers since 1963 and home to the legendary 90-day 100% satisfaction guarantee. Get there.
I was in a wreck. I need a check.
I was in a wreck. I need a check.
I was in a wreck. I need a check.
I'm attorney Kevin Rowe. Being in an auto accident is traumatic. You need to call the best law firm that has the experience to get you the best results. Call 977-1900. That's 977-1900.
Game on Peoria. When it's time to eat big, drink cold, and watch every play, make it Big's American Bar and Grill in the P83 district. Big's is serving up huge portions of your favorites: burgers, wings, nachos, plus a full bar and TVs everywhere you look. And don't miss happy hour Monday through Thursday, 3 to 6:30 p.m. with $2 off well drinks and $2 off domestic drafts, plus daily specials all week long. Bring your friends, grab a seat on the patio, and settle in for the game. Big's American Bar and Grill, where Peoria comes to play, eat, and watch.
Indeed presents hires you can't afford to get wrong, like a staff accountant at the height of tax season.
Congrats. Looks like the company owes, $50 in taxes. How about that?
That seems low. Why only 50?
Why do you care so much? It's not your money.
This is time for sponsored jobs. This is what happens when you don't sponsor your job on Indeed. Next time, get matched with quality candidates with Indeed sponsored jobs. Visit Indeed.com/hire now and sponsor your job today.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm, and Chuck McDowell definitely not an attorney. This is Chuck. If someone talked you into buying something really silly and you want to get out of that silly little thing, my advice, get the facts. Call me and I'll send you our timeshare exit kit absolutely free. Inside, you'll learn how timeshare works and all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your free exit information kit. 800-791-0000. That's 800-791-0000.
Campus Quickies, your weekly quick look at the Sun Devils, Wildcats, Lumberjacks, and Lopes info, exclusively on Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B on ESPN 620.
All right, everybody, we roll all the way till 4 o'clock. Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. And right now it's time for our campus quickies. Let's start with ASU. And that means Hode Rubino is our guest. It's always a good time when Hode comes on the show. You can follow him on X at Devil's Digest, at Devil's Digest. So, Hode, you hire a new coach, and then the guy shows up and he's sick. What the hell? What's that all about?
Yeah, I don't know, guys. Just really bad timing. Just a fluke that the press conference was supposed to start actually in 2.5 hours. Now going to postpone next week. But look, that doesn't change the fact that ASU made a great hire. You talk about somebody with a really rich resume, winning 589 games in 25 years as a head coach with a winning percentage of over 72%. Went to the NCAA tournament 12 out of his 25 years at St. Mary's. And, a cool story about somebody who was born and raised in Mesa coming back home.
Yeah, an MCC alumnus as well, too, with yours truly there, Hode. Another T-Bird. It's interesting. You look at Randy over the years, and to your point, the great job that he's done. Do you feel this is a coaching hire that was needed versus what was wanted?
I mean, that's an interesting question, Manuch. I think that ASU needed a more stabilizing force. I think the term roller coaster is probably the best term I can use to define the Bobby Hurley tenure in Tempe. And I think when you have a steady hand like Randy Bennett, who's been so consistent at St. Mary's, somebody who brings such a vast breadth of knowledge, I think is going to have a great staff on the bench, which is very, very important. And I think also just really work within the resources that ASU has. Because, look, I mean, we know that ASU is not going to win a lot of NIL battles. And when you got a coach like Randy Bennett, who has really made his mark known, recruiting the best players in Australia, some of great players in Eastern Europe, I think it's a model that can fit ASU quite well. So whether you want to say it's a guy that ASU needed more than wanted, I mean, maybe there's an argument to be made. But this is a hire that's really resonating not only locally but nationally. Again, when you hire somebody who has had a lot of success in the last 25 years, I think it's hard to go wrong with such a hire.
You mentioned the Australia connection. Matthew Dellavedova, Patty Mills, Jock Landale, who's still playing, by the way. And he just got a commitment from one of the players that he was recruiting at St. Mary's. And the kid has already come out and said, nope, I'm heading for ASU. So he's already swung that pendulum into his favor.
Yeah, and then probably not a really big surprise. He's somebody who, with his father, did coach under Bennett at St. Mary's. Is actually the head coach now at Cal Baptist in Riverside. And I think that Randy Bennett definitely is someone who recruits a very specific type of player. And if that player feels that they can thrive with Randy Bennett, and now they have an opportunity to go to arguably the toughest conference in America, I think it's probably an easy decision for them. I wouldn't be surprised if Randy Bennett brought some of the top players from St. Mary's through the transfer portal to Tempe. So I think all in all, he can assemble a good staff over here. Just a quick nugget to you guys. I don't know if you're aware of this, but Randy Bennett's agent and the agent for Masampa Diop, obviously the best returning player for Arizona State, they both work at the same agency. So I think that's something that can help Randy Bennett retaining jobs. So, we're bringing a few key players from St. Mary's, doing some work in the portal and maybe, the high school ranks, and getting a player like Diop back in Tempe potentially. I think that really helps lay a great foundation for Bennett in his first year in Tempe.
There's the strategic hire right there. There it is, bud.
There you go.
Yeah. That's it. Thank you, bud. We always enjoy having you on.
Thank you, guys.
There you go. That's Hode Rubino. Let's go to Tucson. Steve Rivera is our guest, longtime sports talk show host, Fox Sports 1450 in Tucson. You can follow him on X at Steve Rivera 95. All right, so they got through the first round, and now comes the fun time, Steve. Take me to your thought process about playing an Arkansas Razorback team that features one of the very best players in the country in ACUF, and how you believe this game is going to play out.
Whoa, time out. Wait. Let's back it up. What is U of A, Steve, going to do to keep Tommy Lloyd from going to North Carolina?
Geez.
That's the soup du jour of the day, brother. Steve?
Hello, Steve.
Are you there? Anybody home?
We're not getting
Bueller?
Bueller.
You hear me?
Yeah, there you go. Where'd you go?
Where? Come on, man.
I was thinking of something to say. Something clever. Well, here we are, right? Make sure the AD at ASU maybe has a short list to give to the AD down here. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Would it be a surprise to me if he goes? Yeah. Would it be a surprise to me if he doesn't go? Yeah. We'll see. Let's cross that bridge when we get there. Today or tomorrow is the biggest thing ahead of him, and I'm sure he's going to say that today in about an hour or so, or whatever time he goes. ACUF and the rest, I think they're very athletic. I think the spread is 7. Arizona's going to have a tough time with these guys. And you all know, and I know this because I've been covering it forever, this is when it gets serious. This is when they got to get past this round and the next.
Not only that here's that those you would think, Steve, they've had enough litmus tests during the year to handle the press, to handle this talent, to handle all the above. And it just, that's another hurdle in the road, but just another challenge in the road versus that.
Yeah, and you guys are athletic. Not that they haven't faced athletic teams before, right? Florida and Florida's not that athletic. But there's a few of them they've already faced and they've conquered. But, over the weekend against that press, it was kind of strange. Like, what the heck's going on? And they barely got through it. But again, everybody's playing out of their mind. And everybody was going to play out of their mind to play Arizona because they know how tough they are. We'll see. I think Arkansas is going to give them a good game. I really do.
And on top of that, Steve, you got to look at the Calipari factor too, right? And here's a guy that's been coaching forever, knows how to win in big-time games. How much of a factor do you give that versus Tommy in this one?
Well, you're talking to a guy that doesn't think that Calipari is one of the better coaches in college basketball. He's one of the great recruiters, and he gets people to play for him at Kentucky and UMass and all these other places, but he hasn't really done much with that talent. He's arguably over the years, over the last 15 years, the best talent in college basketball. He's got one title to show for it, and that was with Anthony Davis and those guys. So I don't know. I don't know if he's a factor. I know his talent is very, very good, and he only goes 6 deep. Arizona goes 8 deep, maybe 8, 7 for sure. So we'll see.
All right, Steve. So my follow-up to that is, once again, I believe that it should be a Krivas night again, and they have to play inside out again and establish the big man and get him going early and often.
Yeah, well, that's the recipe, right? It's been the recipe all year. And if he's not the guy to go to Awaka, last week Awaka wasn't that great near the basket. Well, he wasn't that great near the free throw line. That was the scary part. But Krivas came through defensively more than anything. Yes, because that's the recipe for success, is going inside and then going outside. I think that'll try to happen again. If not, you have to rely on burying that three and Jaden leading the way. And maybe Del Orso comes up with 14 points somewhere along the line. But the thing is, they have enough daggers or weapons to pull through.
All right. Enjoy the game tomorrow. It's going to be a lot of fun to watch, Steve. Thank you as always.
Thank you, guys. Take care.
You got it. That's Steve Rivera, everybody. Once again, you can follow him on X at Steve Rivera 95. Let's go to the mountain. And that means Mitch Stroman is our guest, the longtime play-by-play voice of NAU. Mitch, welcome to the show, pal, as always. I wish we were talking basketball and tournament basketball, but unfortunately, that is not the case right now for NAU. Kind of give us a synopsis of, the season and what you hope to see for next year.
Well, what I hope to see for next year, first of all, and it's great to be with you guys from up here in Flagstaff. What I'm hoping to see this next season is a little bit of roster consistency. It'll be very interesting to see how head coach Shane Burkar is able to manage the roster. And for the low and mid-major programs like in the Big Sky Conference, like NAU, that is always the biggest challenge now in the NIL era. Who's going to come in and try to poach our best players? Can you convince them to stay? So, I want to see that roster consistency a little bit from this year to next year. But the season, up and down. We had a few moments, not enough. The inconsistency of NAU offensively, especially, was a real problem for the Lumberjacks this year, guys. We would go through those awful stretches of scoreless minutes. It just can't get those points to record on the scoreboard. And it was that kind of inconsistency that I think kind of doomed the Lumberjacks into a 10-win season, an early exit in the Big Sky Championships. They got to find a way to get more consistent with their offense. Defensively, no problem. There were great consistent moments of strong defense, especially the on-ball stuff. played a little zone at times, was very effective. We were a good team at stealing the basketball, limiting three-point shots. But offensively, we need to get some guys in the paint that can score consistently, do the old-fashioned three-point play the old-fashioned way, lay up at the rim and one. And I'm going to say this, it's been a problem for the last 3 or 4 years. Free throws.
Yes.
We got to be a better team than around 68%, 67% free throw line, guys. That has to get better moving forward.
You know, you can convince those 3-point shooters up there, Mitch, that the air's thinner up there in Flagstaff. So it's easier for them to shoot those threes instead of going down to Tucson or Tempe. You get a lot of money. It's a lot better. The ball goes in quicker.
Heavier air. That's what you're saying?
Yeah, they can shoot from 5 feet back.
You know, I love it, guys. There's actually a little bit of truth in that when you talk about that. But, you know, the thing that's going to be really interesting next year for NAU, and this is not just basketball, but for all sports, football especially, we're opting into the house settlement now.
Oh, that's right.
That is, if you talk to, you know, football head coach Brian Wright, you know, basketball head coach Shane Burkar, they will tell you opting into the house settlement with the NCAA is going to be the game changer. Mm-hmm. That changes the whole dynamic of roster management year to year. And that movement right there, that becomes official as of July 1st.
Hey,
how is that going to impact football and basketball?
Yes.
I think it's going to be in a big positive way.
Well, we certainly hope so. By the way, with our 190-degree temperatures here, I'm sure it's like 85. I'm sure it's 85 up there for a very wide angle boy like yourself. Use P92 when you're out there in the sun, okay?
It's 81 degrees today, brothers, and it feels wonderful.
Yeah, I bet it does.
At the end of March.
Yeah, I know. Hey, remember, Manuch, this is the guy that sent me a picture on X of him on the beach in Hawaii.
With the pina colada.
Yeah.
And the umbrella in the colada.
You can't have a cocktail on Waikiki Beach without an umbrella in it. Are you kidding me right now?
Hey, stay cool, don't burn, and use the PF95.
Oh, I love it. I love it, guys. And I'm excited, by the way. I was listening to Steve Rivera before you brought me in, and I mean, go Cats, man. I mean, there are a lot of fans up here in northern Arizona. I think, honestly, Arizona has the talent, the depth, the size on the inside to be able to make a legitimate run to a natty this year.
They do.
A national championship. Yep. They just have to be consistent and not let their foot off the gas in the second half of a game that they should be dominating wire to wire.
That's why we have you on the show, pal. You have a great day. Enjoy that sunshine.
I appreciate you guys. Go Jacks.
There you go. That's Mitch Stroman, everybody. NAU, all of our Campus Quickie guys presented by All City Towing. And All City Towing is the state's largest towing company. And right now, if you're looking for a new gig, well, they're looking for you because they're hiring drivers, dispatchers, and customer service professionals. Now, you get excellent pay, wonderful benefits. How about this little nugget for you? A monthly fuel allowance. Yeah, with gas prices headed for $5 and more, how about a monthly fuel allowance? Apply today. Just go online, allcitytowing.com. Again, that's allcitytowing.com, where your future is always moving forward. When we come back, random fact of the day, a little football at 50. Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, ESPN 620.
Now open in North Scottsdale. It's the Orangedale Lounge. ODs, right off Thompson Peak and Bell, next to Bash's. Your new favorite dive bar has arrived. Cold drafts, chill vibes, always affordable prices, and the OD Mug Club, a one-of-a-kind membership you won't find anywhere else. No frills, just great people, ice-cold drinks, and a bar that feels like it's always been there. Follow at OD Scottsdale and get the scoop at orangedalelounge.com. Orangedale Lounge. Dive in and drink up.
The road to the championship ends Monday, April 6th, and the place to watch it is DraftKings at TPC Scottsdale with Roc and Manuch and Jimmy B on ESPN 620. Join us from 1 till 4 p.m. as we break down the matchup, the betting angles, and everything you need before tip-off of the big championship game. Cold drinks, big screens, and the best sports crowd in the Valley. Come hang with Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Live Monday at DraftKings at TPC Scottsdale. The championship game deserves a championship setting. Phoenix, if you need a plumber, call the team that does it the right way. Victory Plumbing Arizona. It's particular plumbing for particular people with upfront pricing before the work starts. So there's no surprises when the job's done. And here's a deal just for listeners. Tell them you heard Victory Plumbing on Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, and they'll waive the service charge. For leaks, clogs, water heaters, or anything plumbing, book today at victoryplumbingarizona.com. ROC number 268603.
Rock for WhiteToyota.com. At Wright Toyota, they'd like you to get to know them. Their goal is to make buying your next vehicle the kind of experience that earns your recommendation to family and friends. They invite you to use all their innovative web tools on WrightToyota.com. So if you're looking for a new or pre-owned Toyota, head to their interactive website at WrightToyota.com. The right price, the right selection, all at WrightToyota.com.
Nobody does happy hour like Twin Peaks. Nobody. Whatever you're craving, we got it. Tequila cocktails, premium bourbon pours, and top shelf spirits served over ice balls that hit just right. Local craft beers and handcrafted whiskey cocktails, yep, all here. And with 5 Valley locations. And don't forget the teeth-chattering 29-degree drafts we're famous for. Pair it all with scratch kitchen bites that actually satisfy. From shareables to hearty favorites. When it comes to happy hour, Twin Peaks doesn't play. Twin Peaks eats, drinks, scenic views.
We all have someone we love, like the favorite lyric in our favorite song. You can't imagine life without them. Cancer screening tests can help keep the person you love around longer by detecting changes before cancer develops, or catch it early when it may be easier to treat. And many tests are available for free or are covered by insurance. It's time to sound like a broken record. Tell all your friends and family, I love you. Get screened. Visit cancer.org/getscreened to learn more.
Let's get back to Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B now on ESPN 620.
Is this Sgt. Pepper Lonely Hearts Club Band?
I think this is the remake of it. Oh, I don't think this is truly the Beatles.
It is.
Per
It's
se.
not the real one.
I don't believe so.
I
Great
don't.
song, no matter who plays it.
Oh no, it sucks. I only do real, Manuch. The real deal, or it's no deal. Speaking of that, here's our random fact of the day.
Now, I'm going to try this when I get home because I
Okay.
probably believe it. Lemons float in water, but limes sink.
What?
Because we have plenty of lemons and plenty of limes around the house.
I figured the way that you guys throw drinks down, hell
Well, you got to have combination. And then we eat a lot of fish, so you have a lot of lemons. Put that lemon and lime on there. Now, here's a random fact. You kind of go, how do they know?
Okay.
How do they know that it would take 19 minutes to fall to the center of the earth?
What? Wait
How
a
do
minute.
they know this?
What?
It's a fact.
Are you like jumping down a volcano?
I don't
Is
know
that what you're doing?
if there's a hole that goes to the center of the earth.
Well, we saw that. Pat Boone was in that movie.
Was that a great movie?
Yeah.
Oh, those are
Journey to the Center of the Earth.
circa 1963 or something like
Hey,
that.
do you guys know who Pat Boone is? Have you ever heard the name Pat
Probably
Boone?
have no idea.
Pat Boone?
The name sounds familiar, but I can't tell you confidently I know.
Okay. All right. Just
Their
check.
parents barely know who Pat Boone is.
Oh, you're
Are you
probably
kidding me?
right. Yeah, he's older than me.
So there's a couple random facts of the day right there, Jimmy.
Wow, that's crazy. Wait a minute. Let me ask you about that one more time. 19 minutes to fall from the Earth's surface
To the
to
center,
the center of the Earth.
Yes. Some diabolical scientific fact has proven it. So there must be a hole somewhere on the North Pole or South Pole where a person has fallen and he's timing
So
it.
you're telling me that when I was a young kid and I used to go to the beach and I would dig a hole, said I can get to the center of the
There
earth.
you
Then
go.
they kept telling me to stop. I'll never get there. I just had to keep going.
Yeah, 19 minutes.
Absolutely.
I knew it.
All right, let's do a little football at 50 right now. It is indeed presented by Venezia's Pizzeria. Hey, look, when you want the real deal, the real New York style pizza in the state of Arizona, you want Venezia's. It's hand-tossed dough, fresh ingredients, massive slices, and delivery that actually shows up with a hot pizza. And of course, it's family owned. Valley loved. It is Venezia's Pizzeria. Grab a slice or feed the whole crew tonight. Manuch, what do you got?
Well, we take a quick look at the NFL.com on there this morning, and they're saying here's the top 5, basically top 5 teams in the draft, right?
Okay.
So I take a look, and then so the so-called pundits took a look at the needs for the top 5, okay?
Raiders are number 1.
So Raiders are number 1. They say that their biggest needs are, now this is in no particular order per se.
Oh, okay.
So the biggest need obviously is quarterback. So it looks like, Fernando Mendoza will be the first. But they're saying their top needs also wide receiver, offensive line. I think that needs to be up there at the top for a lot of these teams. Defensive line and quarterback.
Okay.
Now, number 2, the Jets.
Okay.
Biggest needs, again, quarterback, edge rusher, wide receiver, cornerback, and offensive line. So you can kind of keep track of some of the common denominators with the boys back there. Arizona Cardinals. Biggest needs.
Yeah.
Quarterback, offensive line, edge, defensive line, and linebacker.
You mean they're not thinking Jacoby Brissett's a long-term fix?
Well, you know what? I think a lot of guys are coming around, but these are from those top-notch pundits at NFL.com. They're putting it out there. Tennessee's going to be number 4.
Okay.
Their biggest needs is a whole lot of something. They're saying offensive line, edge, wide receiver, running back, linebacker, and then number 5, as I said, the top 5, the Giants' biggest needs, offensive line, defensive line, wide receiver, linebacker, and cornerback. So, Connor, I want to fall to you. What seems to be the predominant need for these teams or needs for these 5 teams at the top of the draft?
Yeah, I mean, you look at it right away, and I think it's safe to say that a lot of this is going to come down to, well, for the Raiders, you can pretty much pen in Fernando Mendoza.
Sure, right.
If anything were to go different there, that would completely shake up the rest of the draft. However, David Bailey's, the Reuben Baines, the Caleb Downs, those are the guys that you can expect to see there early. Arvell Reese, we mentioned from Ohio State, along with Sony Styles, another one of those linebackers. Those are guys you can expect to see kind of go in that top 5. But don't count out a guy like Francis Mauigoa, the right tackle from Miami, or Jeremiah Love, the running back from Notre Dame. Because at the end of the day, the Arizona Cardinals at 3, they really kind of have the most, I should say, leverage on the board. They're going to shape how the draft goes, whether they choose defense or offense.
And I think another thing that they talked about, we've talked about this many times, is the teams already have their franchise quarterback. You know, they've got their guy. So look at the Giants; they've got their guy quarterback. Tennessee's got their guy quarterback. You looked at the Cardinals; do not have their franchise quarterback. Jets need a franchise quarterback, and then the Raiders are getting their supposed franchise quarterback. I'm sitting there thinking, but if you look at the last 2 Super Bowl champions, the defenses dominated those offenses. So if I'm a GM, I'm going, we'll see. We saw the Eagles dominate the Chiefs. If Seattle dominated the New England Patriots, I think that might be a little bit more of a priority than anything on the offensive side.
Hey, in our final hour, we're going to get into the big games that are beginning tomorrow, and former NAU head basketball coach Mike Adris will join us in the next hour. We're coming right back, everybody. Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. ESPN 620, 98.7 FM HD2, and on the Arizona Sports app.
Jackson Hewitt has a great tax prep deal, $149 or less. Missing out is like ignoring the check engine light in your car. You'll regret it. Seriously, the price is only $149 or less, no matter how complicated. So don't wait. Like when you get a password expires today alert, or you're shopping online and there's only one item left. It's like your taxes are in the cart. Just complete the purchase. Hurry. This deal for $149 or less is like your phone at 1%. It's about to power down. Limited time offer for new clients at Federal Returns. Participating locations only. Terms at jacksonhewitt.com/149.
At quarterback, calling the right play could change the whole game. And when your car breaks down, same idea. Make the right call before the big repair bill hits. CarShield helps protect you from expensive auto repairs. Plans include 24/7 roadside assistance, towing, and rental car options, all to keep your drive alive. Look, breakdowns happen, but choosing CarShield, that's the easiest call you'll make all day.
Visit carshield.com now and join the team that's helped millions of drivers save. Coverage varies by plan. View contracts and exclusions at carshield.com.
At Fisher Investments, we may seem like other money managers, but we're different.
What makes you so different than the rest of us?
We ensure clients receive unparalleled service at every step of the relationship.
Tell me more.
Our investment counselors focus on service over sales, prioritizing clients' needs.
How do you make money?
We don't sell any commission-based products. We have a simple management fee based on the value of our client's portfolio. So we do better when our clients do better.
What about client portfolios?
We get to know each client, their finances, family, health, lifestyle, and more. And then we tailor a portfolio based on their specific goals and needs.
Your clients really come first then, huh?
Yes, we make them a top priority. Our goal is helping them achieve a comfortable retirement.
Wow, maybe we are different.
At Fisher Investments, we're clearly different. Learn more at fisherinvestments.com.
Investing in securities involves the risk of loss.
Here's what's different about GCU. It's one of the country's biggest universities with over 360 programs shaped by industry leaders. GCU's campus ranks among the top in the nation. Most of all, GCU cares about affordability. The average federal and private loan debt for GCU undergrads is lower than the average for private nonprofit four-year universities. Find your purpose at GCU. Visit gcu.edu.
Let me remind you, Thursdays are where the weekend starts at Twin Peaks Restaurant. Grab an ice cold Bud Light or a refreshing Michelob Ultra and catch wall-to-wall sports on massive TVs everywhere you look. Big games, cold beer, made from scratch food. Start your weekend early with Bud Light and Michelob Ultra. Thursdays at Twin Peaks. Eats, drinks, and scenic views. KTAR AM Phoenix, Arizona's home for the worldwide leader in sports, is ESPN 620. And now, an on-air sports marketing presentation. It's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, now on ESPN 620, 98.7 FM HD-2, and streaming live at arizonasports.com. The guys are powered by the law offices of Lerner and Rowe. In a record need a check? Make one call, that's all. 602-977-1900. And now on your ESPN station in Phoenix, ESPN 620, Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B.
All right, everybody. We got another hour that you're stuck with us. Manuch and I are having a good time today, along with Connor.
Damn lucky
and
to have
Les.
us.
Damn right. You got that right. Hey, boys, before we get into this top segment here, we're going to run through some big stories. You mentioned this kind of got to me. You mentioned a couple of players. One of them, was it Sony Styles? That's his name? Is it Sony like Sony? I think it's
Sonny.
No, I thought it was Sony. It is Sony, right?
I don't know. I thought it was Sony Styles. It's S-O-N-N-Y. Let me go ahead and look up what Ohio State has.
Okay. All right. I just want to make sure, and here's why.
I was asking, where are you going with this?
Well, because some parents name their kids after certain things.
Sonny Styles.
It is what?
Sonny
That's
Styles.
It's Sonny.
Yeah, I thought it was Sonny.
Okay.
Exactly, yeah.
All right. That's why I wanted to make sure.
So you think you're naming
I
after
thought
the
his name
product?
I thought he might have been named after a TV set. That's all. Sony TV. Here's why I brought it up. Manuch.
Please tell and move on.
This is why. Because
I apologize for our
in
listeners out there
the late 80s, early 90s, the Philadelphia Eagles had a running back, and his name was Saran Stacy. And his parents
are Saran Wrap?
If that's named after Saran Wrap. That it just popped into my head. That's what they named him after, was Saran Wrap. So I wanted to know if it was Sony, if he was named after a TV set. That's all. I'm inquisitive. I am.
we apologize for this last 2 minutes of diatribe that made absolutely no sense. Would you please move on with the program?
Made perfect sense to me.
Oh, my gosh.
All right. So the Suns got whooped last night on a shot by the best player on the planet. That is Nikola Jokic.
Can we just give him the MVP right now?
Yeah, I know, Manu.
Just give it to him.
Wemby's beating his chest, and people are screaming, "Oh, SGA and Luka this and Luka." No.
How many years has Wemby been in the league now? Is this number 3?
3.
He's already pounding his chest to be number 1.
Yeah.
If you got a politic to be the MVP,
that's a good point.
I lose all kinds of respect for that. Okay, maybe it's a French thing. I don't know. They're in France. They're kind of cocky about their food, about their
we come
nation.
from France.
Yeah. By the way, any country that's got 12 time zones, I'm sorry. You lost me to that. And Jokic is just kind of going about his business and doing his thing and getting triple doubles on average. And we watch him last night and you go, well, no wonder. Yeah. No wonder. And you just see him bring the ball up. You see him do the, get his way down low. It's very rare he doesn't get his way down low, unless you're playing some big boys, i.e. Boston, OKC. And now Wemby and him, the problem is when Wemby's down low, he moves Wemby around.
He does, yes.
Because Wemby's willowy.
He is willowy.
7'5" and about 135 pounds, give or take. Can you imagine if Wemby puts on like another 35, 40 pounds? He's already looking good. Better.
He's going to look. He's going to have a Kareem Abdul-Jabbar look to him. Jabbar was 7'2", and when he first got into the NBA, he was what the term that I like what you said. I can't believe I said that. He was willowy.
Yes,
but then as the time went on, Jabbar probably got to about 240.
Yeah,
240.
I will say that it was a very entertaining, fun game to watch.
Yeah,
the Suns keep up with that team. And we didn't know until game time that Grayson Allen and Royce O'Neal were going to play.
Mm-hmm.
But you can still see that Allen's probably dragging that left knee a little bit. But 21 points, 6 Phoenix Suns in double figures.
Right.
Everybody looked fairly productive. I thought that it's a team that had chemistry when you have 10 guys playing.
Yes.
But they do miss Dillon Brooks.
They do
really.
Big time.
And I think it's more down low, more defensively. Physicality-wise, what is he, 6'8", 6'9"?
No, he's not that big.
Okay, so he's pushing maybe 230, 240. He's physical.
He's
physical. Strong.
Yes.
He's physical, and he can make that 3-point shot. I got to tell you what, Dillon Brooks is a better shooter than I thought he was, only seeing him spot once in a while in the Houston games last year.
Okay.
But again, I think Jalen Green, I think Book, I think everybody played a really good game. Only 3 turnovers by the Phoenix Suns. Problem is, you can't give up 58 points in the paint. You cannot be out rebounded by 10.
Yeah.
You can't be out offensive rebounded by 10.
Mm-hmm.
And you can't give up what they get, I think, 15 second chance points. And you had 12 fast break points. But they kept up with the pace and the tempo of this Denver Nuggets team, which was encouraging to see with 9 games to go.
But once again, we're to the point where, and we heard Devin Booker say it on this show after the game last night, we got to find a way to finish.
Sure. Yeah, they do.
That is their problem. But once again, I'll go back to what we were discussing, and that is Dillon Brooks, because he gave you a different option to finish. Look, Devin Booker got the shot that he wanted. It was a wide open 3. And it just hit the front of the iron.
No problem with that at all.
No, I did not have a problem with him taking that shot at all.
And Royce O'Neal almost got lucky.
Almost flipped it in.
Almost came off the carom, almost got that in there. So I think that you're seeing a lot of growth. I think you're seeing a lot of these young kids. They played a lot of basketball this year. It's probably by design. Blessing in disguise with Jalen Green out for a while. Book was out for a while. Grayson Allen, he's on again, off again. But they've got off till Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
So they're off till Saturday, and then they're on a 4-game road trip after that.
Right.
They come home for a couple of games, and the last 2 games are on the road to get this team to heal up, get the chemistry, and you just got to hope that all hands are on deck for the playing games. If they win the first round, they go to the second round, and then I don't know, who knows?
They're probably going to get San Antonio.
They probably will. And what a great series that would be.
That's a good matchup for them.
And I think we all somewhat predicted, I predicted anywhere from 40 to 42, 43 wins. And I felt this was a play-in team.
Mm-hmm.
I think we're seeing that that's the reality. But I am just impressed with what they could do. Now, again, if you got to rest a few guys, if you got to just make sure everybody's healthy and they've got to sit for the last couple of games, then so be it. Because it doesn't look like they're going to improve their standing or lose their standing.
I think where they are is where
That's
they are.
exactly where they're going to be. It's just now a matter of just staying sharp, continuing to build on the chemistry, and hopefully get Dylan Brooks back. I'm going to say hopefully by, if not this Saturday, maybe early next week, or on the road with the 4 games on the road.
It is an interesting time in our world because the NBA Board of Governors have voted to approve the league to explore bids and applications exclusively for 2 cities. They are Las Vegas and Seattle. As a kid growing up in Seattle, I would love to see the Supersonics back there again. Yes, Connor.
I wanted to ask you guys a question because once this news kind of broke this morning, I've seen a lot of different people bringing up this as a different side of the argument. For one, everybody in Seattle was obviously excited. I think once the Supersonics left, that city was kind of starved to get basketball back. So that made sense. But now when you bring Las Vegas into the picture, and now that it's not only just 1, but it's 2 added teams, does this raise the question of tanking? Is there going to be more issues of teams tanking because there's so many more teams trying to fill out their roster now?
Well, let me follow up what you just said, because in the Valley, there's nearly 5 million people that reside here
In a 50-mile radius.
The whole Valley. Okay, that's 5 million. In Las Vegas, in their area, it is 2 million. So that's 3 million people difference. And then Las Vegas is going to, remember, the A's are moving there. They're in the process of building that stadium right on the Strip. So you will have football, hockey, basketball, if indeed Vegas gets that, and Major League Baseball.
And as a matter of fact, I can remember this, 15, 20 years ago. People were saying that eventually Las Vegas is going to have 4 pro teams. And it was like, well, it's a gambling mecca. Well, guess what's legal now? DraftKings, FanDuel. By the way, will be at DraftKings for the NCAA final on April 6th. We'll be there from 1 to 4.
Mm-hmm.
But look at how things have changed over the last, let's say, just in the last 10 years.
Oh, yeah.
So now, as long as the players and the owners, administrators aren't gambling on their sport, you're seeing Vegas explode with the Raiders. You're seeing Vegas explode with all the entertainment. You got your hockey team, and now there's a bid in Las Vegas. Now here's the thing that gets the attention of the governors of the 30 owners of the NBA.
Oh man, wait till you hear this number.
A bidding process expected to generate offers in the, you sit down over there, $7 to $10 billion range for each team.
That's a B. That's with a B.
According to the sources. So I don't think that everybody's going to turn this down. Now, basically, they're looking to, if they do expand, they're looking at the 2028-2029 season, for them to be up and running. Gives them a good, 2 years to get themselves ready. You imagine an owner go, well, I know we split that pot up of 7 to 10 billion per team. So let's just say it gets bid up. So if I do my K-State math, there's 2 million. That's $20 billion that the owners get to divvy up amongst themselves. I think this is a no-brainer. I think this will probably happen.
I agree.
They got the 2 large complexes where the Vegas team can play. There's the 2 arenas.
Well, there's T-Mobile, and T-Mobile is all the people that own T-Mobile Arena, where the hockey team plays.
Exactly.
The Golden Knights have already come out and said, "Oh, we're perfect. We're ready to go."
Absolutely, they're ready to go. Vegas is always ready to go. That's the one thing.
Yeah,
Vegas is always ready to go, and Seattle. God bless those people. They're going to get a team back in Seattle. Now, it's an expansion, folks. It's not relocation.
Right, expansion.
Now, there's rumors out there that Memphis and there was one other that are looking at potential relocation. This has nothing to do with relocation. I think the NBA and Adam Silver, is saying you're going to need to stay here because we've got two expandable cities that make sense. And on top of that, they're going to make $1 gazillion, give or take, versus any kind of a relocation.
Yeah. Look, I'm all for it. I'm just curious from the standpoint that I just talked about the population difference, how in Vegas going to support all four
major
teams.
Yeah,
sure.
Vegas needs to win. That's going to be their issue.
They have to win.
They're going to continue to have the moniker of being an away team city because everybody loves to go to Vegas for a vacation.
But remember, the Knights came in there and won
and
away.
That's what I was going to say.
Yeah.
The one exception is the Vegas Knights. And I can tell you from hands-on experience back when I was out there with my old station and used to cover the Knights, the aura in that stadium, the way that the crowd rounds around that team, it is unlike any other in the city of Las Vegas. So it truly is. It all comes down to winning.
And what they did, they hired the people that do the shows to put on a show for the Vegas Knights.
I love watching their opens. That's great.
It's awesome.
It is.
I mean,
really good stuff.
forget J-Lo. I'm going to go watch the Knights. Are you kidding me? I get a better show. Just kidding, J-Lo fans.
What? No, you're not. You're telling the truth.
She's in residency there. Doing a hell of a job.
Yeah. Okay, I'll take your word for it. Here we go. It is indeed baseball time on stinking Netflix. Netflix tonight. Yankees, Giants in San Francisco. It is the opener. When we come back, we're going to jump into our predictions of the divisions, who wins the pennant, and the World Series. Yep, you're going to get stuck with us once again. It's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, ESPN 620, 98.7, FM HD2, and on the Arizona Sports app.
Have you ever been to Rodizio Grill? Let me tempt you. Start your Rodizio experience with our hot, unlimited appetizers. Indulge on our award-winning gourmet salad bar with over 35 items. Then, 16 delicious, sizzling, rotisserie grilled meats and grilled items like our tender top sirloin and Rodizio's signature glazed pineapple, as much as you'd like. Rodizio Grill, the Brazilian steakhouse.
Located in Mesa, North Scottsdale.
I was in a wreck. I need a check.
I was in a wreck. I need a check.
I was in a wreck. I need a check.
I'm Attorney Kevin Rowe. Getting rear-ended once is bad enough. Don't let the insurance company hit you again with a lowball offer. Call an experienced attorney who knows how to fight and win. Call Lerner and Rowe today. 977-1900.
You applied to Grand Canyon University because you want somewhere fun and affordable, where hands-on classes and access to industry pros can help you build skills employers need, with the opportunity to graduate in less than 4 years. You want to feel seen, loved, called to more, to know you found your purpose. Make yourself the main character. Begin your story. Find your purpose at GCU. Visit gcu.edu.
Mania is here, and there's only one place to catch every buzzer beater, every upset, every bracket buster. Twin Peaks. Watch all the action on wall-to-wall TVs with made-from-scratch favorites and the ultimate game day atmosphere, featuring Michelob Ultra all tournament long. Whether you're still or completely busted, Twin Peaks is your headquarters for the madness. Join us at any of the 5 Valley locations: Deer Valley, Phoenix, Glendale, Scottsdale, and Tempe. Twin Peaks. Eats, drinks, scenic views.
I'm Boomer Esiason. My mom died from cancer. She was only 37 years old. She didn't have life insurance, and that was devastating for my family. That's why having life insurance is so important to me. Ethos makes it fast and easy. Get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. You can get up to $3 million in coverage with no medical exam.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/play. That's ethos.com/play. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
It's time to level up your game. Introducing the all-new ESPN app. All of ESPN, all in one place. Your home for the most live sports and the best championship moments.
The electricity is palpable.
Step up your game with no annual contract required. It's the ultimate fan experience. Level up for more on the ESPN app or at stream.espn.com. Sign up now.
Now back to Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Now on ESPN 620.
Ever play center field, Manuch?
I was usually first shortstop, second base, pitcher.
Yeah.
Got to college, played first base. I played a little outfield. Yeah, a little center field, left field. Yeah, my freshman year at MCC.
I played shortstop, second base, center field.
Who's on my baseball here?
I played T-ball. Yeah, so I tried playing. My dad actually was a huge baseball player growing up. So, obviously, anybody who has a son, you want your son to play the same sport.
By the way, are you right-handed or left-handed?
I'm right-handed, so I wouldn't be any help to the Diamondbacks here.
Your size, if you were a lefty, you might still be playing right now.
He was burned up. He thought I would have been a hell of a third baseman or first baseman. He thought, man, you could have done, but they stuck me in the outfield, and I was picking daisies.
Guy like you,
I was picking daisies.
The guy that said are 6'8", 6'10", they can bring it from the left side, can flat bring it. By the way, did we just beat it up enough that the Diamondbacks won't have any lefties?
No, you mentioned that.
Yeah,
Yes,
in
1,000
the bullpen?
times.
Isn't that amazing? That's amazing.
All right, Manuch, I'll let you go first. It is indeed a segment that we always do opening day for Major League Baseball. Yes, it is. And we pick the winners and losers in Major League Baseball. Manuch, it's yours.
Well, I'm going to start off with it'll be our divisional winners, wild cards, pennant winners, and then the World Series and who wins that. I'm going to start them in the West. We'll start in the National League here first.
Okay.
I'm going to go with the Dodgers in the West.
Yep.
I'll take the Brewers in the Central. I'll take the Phillies in the East. Now, here are my wild card teams.
Okay.
Padres, Mets, and I'm going to go with the D-backs.
All right, so
I'm
you snuck them in.
I snuck them in. Now, I think as far as the National League Finals, I'm going to say the Dodgers over the Brewers for the National League pennant. And I take a good look at that from that standpoint. So I'm going to say the Dodgers over the Brewers, National League pennant.
Yep.
I'm going to go, the American League.
Yep.
I got the Mariners in the West, Guardians in the Central, Blue Jays in the East, wild card teams Yankees, Red Sox, and the Tigers. So I got the American League final. I got the Blue Jays over the Yankees. Okay. World Series. We're going to run it back. We're going to repeat it.
Wow.
The Dodgers over the Blue Jays once again.
Okay.
I haven't decided in how many games. I loved them going down to the final.
Oh, it was great.
It was great. So there's kind of my prognosis for Major League Baseball this year.
Okay, I will do beginning with the National League and the NL West. I think it's pretty obvious. It's the Dodgers. In the Central, I went with the Chicago Cubs. And in the East, in the National League, I went with the Philadelphia Phillies. Wild cards, Brewers, Atlanta Braves, and San Diego Padres. Then for the pennant, I have the Dodgers beating the Phillies in the National. In the AL, in the West, I have Seattle as well. Central, I have Cleveland. In the East, I have the Yankees winning. Wild cards, Tigers, Red Sox, Blue Jays. In the AL pennant, I have Yankees beating Seattle. And in the World Series, I have Yankees, Dodgers, with the Dodgers repeating as champions.
I like this, the final, the American League pennant. You got the big booper, the big bopper, the big dumper.
The big dumper.
Versus the
Yes.
judge.
Yeah.
Can you imagine those two going back at it, going back and forth?
That'd be a lot of fun.
That would be a lot of fun. Very entertaining series. All right, lads, which way are you leaning?
In the NL, I'll start there. In the NL West, I've got the Rocky. I'm just kidding. I got the Dodgers coming out of that one, as we all do. In the East, I have the Mets. They made some good additions this offseason. I think they'll have a great year. And in the Central,
this one's a stretch. Really? Okay, who do you got? Got to be the Brewers or something like that. Who you got?
My Chicago Cubs.
Hey,
although the Brewers are pests, they never go away.
Yeah, that's it.
And then my NL wild cards, I have the Padres, the Phillies, and the Brewers. Okay. And for my pennant, I have the Cubs playing the Dodgers. And I even went one step further. I took my MVPs and my Cy Youngs in the National League. I think this one's a bit chalky. I'll go Shohei Ohtani, potentially the greatest baseball player of all time, and then Paul Skeens for Cy Young. And then over to the American League, I got the Mariners winning the West, the Blue Jays winning the East. They signed Dylan Cease. That'll be a big addition for their rotation.
Yeah.
And in the Central, I've got the Tigers. And my wild cards over there are going to be the Red Sox, the Yankees, and the Astros. So I've got 3 teams from the AL East making it into the playoffs. And in my AL championship,
Back up. You said you got who? Because you've got Astros, Red Sox, Guardians.
that's my wild card. But the Blue Jays win the division, and the Yankees and Red Sox also get wild cards. That's 3 teams from the East there.
Okay, I see what you did there. Okay.
Yeah, the Astros are the second team from the West.
Manuch is old. It takes a while for it to click
I
in.
was saying, okay, I got you. All right. I didn't see him there in your
All
wild
3 of
card
those
spot.
teams did make it, though, last year as well. So.
Yes.
You take your Prevagen, Manuch?
No, I just, the way he had that set up.
Yeah, I could see how it would have been confusing.
Yeah, it's good. Just do it normally like me and Jimmy do. Why you got to be different?
And then in my
Because he's a
AL
kid.
championship, you guys will like this one. I
Okay.
have the Red Sox versus the Mariners.
Wow.
I think the additions that the Red Sox made starting pitching and in the bullpen can help put them over the top. And like Barry Bloom said earlier, the Yankees are banged up, and the Blue Jays, they did it last year. So I like the Red Sox this year in that competitive division to come out potentially of the AL, but I do actually have the Mariners versus the Dodgers in the World Series, and we know where I'm going to go with that one. The Dodgers are going to win again. I think in 7 games, though, it'll be a good World Series. And then one step further, like I said, I think Bobby Witt Jr. will win the AL MVP, and Garrett Crochet, Red Sox ace, will win Cy Young. But we'll see, guys. It should be a fun year. There's a lot of moves this offseason, so we'll see what this season brings.
I like what you did there, kid. I do. I find it highly entertaining. Look, if we get like half of what we described, it's going to be fun.
I think last year we all had the Dodgers, but I think
we did.
Some of us, the Mariners kind of came out of nowhere. I think I had the Brew Crew. I don't know who Rock had. I can't think of it at the time. I think he had the Phillies obviously beating the Dodgers.
Yeah.
But, it's interesting because, when you look at Seattle making that big move, all the games they won, the Yankees, what was the drop ball by Judge? Was that the one in center field?
That was it, left or right field.
And so you think of that. Well, I don't know. Did he lose it in the sun, or
I think he did,
or just
These guys just aren't focused. They make so much money. They're just lollygagging out there, standing in the outfield like Connor picking daisies.
That's it. Picking daisies in right field, Connor.
Or Jimmy tending to the water bottle on the side there for all the guys. I just think it's going to be very interesting. The Cubs and Brewers in that Central. I think it's the Cubs are the exact lovable losers you always want to see. But what Pat Murphy did as a manager for the Brewers, and to see some of the things where they came, and then just see the home run race with the big dumper and Judge.
Cal Raleigh.
I just wonder if the Mariners, without Suarez being there, even though it wasn't a big part, but he helped them immensely in the playoffs. He really kind of got hot. And then Naylor's back. So he's back. They kept him.
Yes.
So the Mariners, I just want to see some good competition throughout.
I think the Mariners will have another great year. Obviously, it hurts to lose Suarez, but he's getting older, and so they didn't want to give him all that money. But they also got Brendan Donovan from your St. Louis Cardinals, and he's a great second baseman. He'll plug up the beginning of their lineup. So not only are they impressive 1 through 9 their lineup, but they have 5 young starters who are all incredible. So I think the Mariners actually could be towards the top, if not the favorites in the American League. But we'll have to see how the season
you
progresses.
got to talk about the Cardinals. The Cardinals are in rebuilding mode. It's been eons and lifetimes that the Cardinals haven't been, I'd say, relevant the last 2 years in the 50 years prior to, because management's always done a good job of developing the farm system. So not see the St. Louis Cardinals in the fold the last 3 years, they've got some serious issues that they're dealing with. And then you let guys go like Arenado and some of the other guys because of money, then there's got to be some restructuring. But here we are, Cardinal fans going, anytime now, fellas, because you're spoiled. I mean, you're like,
well, they got to the World Series just 2 years ago.
And that's the thing. You go, okay, but when you go 2 years back to back, because you've unloaded some salaries, you've unloaded some talent, you just hope that they think what they're doing, new general manager, the ownership group, wanting to try to get them back to where they were a few years ago.
All right, everybody, that is our baseball preview. It's on Netflix tonight. Freaking Netflix. Like that's a sports network. Give me a giant break.
For $80 million, they'll play the baseball games anywhere.
Hey, listen,
They paid that money for a 3-year
If
deal.
they want to give us 80 mil, we'll put our show on Netflix. I can tell you that right now.
That's for sure, guys.
Hey, we're coming right back. Mike Adris is going to join us. We're going to get into the NCAA brackets with Mike.
It's now time for your Roc and Manuch with Jimmy Beats ESPN 620 Sports Center update. I'm Connor Collins. The Phoenix Suns came up just short last night, falling 125-123 to the Denver Nuggets as Nikola Jokic had another triple-double, finishing with 23 points, 17 rebounds, and 21 assists to lead Denver. And for Phoenix, Devin Booker had 22 points with 8 assists, while Jalen Green had 21 of his own. The Suns drop yet another close one as they battle for a play-in spot. But Arizona State, their new head coach, Randy Bennett, he was supposed to be introduced today at 4 p.m. However, it has been postponed due to an illness. Also, with opening day going on today in the Major League Baseball, Arizona Diamondbacks will be playing tomorrow against the Dodgers, but you can catch the Yankees versus the Giants streaming on Netflix. This Sports Center update is sponsored by Twin Peaks, 5 Valley locations. Join us tomorrow as we broadcast live from Tempe location. Twin Peaks, eats, drinks, scenic views. Mike Adris joins the guys next.
Need to feed a crowd? Let Venencia's bring the flavor to your next event. We know you have a lot of options when feeding a large group. Ordering directly from Venencia's means you get the best service and the absolute best pricing. There's no per person fee. Just tell us how many people you need to feed, and we'll come up with a perfect plan to ensure everyone's well fed and happy. Grad party, office celebration, family reunion. Invite Venencia's to the table. Text catering to 411-24/7. That's catering to 411-247 or Venencias.com.
Join the team at All City Towing, Arizona's largest towing company and leader in roadside service. We're hiring dispatchers, call takers, lot attendants, drivers, and customer service pros ready to grow with us. You'll enjoy state-of-the-art equipment, consistent schedules, full health benefits, a strong 401k match, employer life insurance, and a monthly fuel allowance. Take your career to the next level. Apply today at allcitytowing.com. All City Towing, where your future is always moving forward.
I was in a wreck. I need a check.
I was in a wreck. I need a check.
I was in a wreck. I need a check.
I'm attorney Kevin Rowe. The insurance company's job is to pay you as little as possible. Our job is to get you every dollar you deserve. Call Rowe today and let's make them pay. Call 977-1900.
Arizona's headquarters for Toyotas is Wright Toyota. Hey, Rock, for my friends at Wright Toyota in Scottsdale. You will always find the right deal at Wright Toyota. Wright Toyota has been driving Arizona's home for years with their amazing service, pricing, and great selection. I encourage you to discover the difference at Wright Toyota. Make the right choice, Wright Toyota, just off the 101 on Franklin Wright Boulevard, and always online at WrightToyota.com. The right price, the right selection. Check out WrightToyota.com.
Let me remind you, Thursdays are where the weekend starts at Twin Peaks Restaurant. Grab an ice-cold Bud Light or a refreshing Michelob Ultra and catch wall-to-wall sports on massive TVs everywhere you look. Big games, cold beer, made from scratch food. Start your weekend early with Bud Light and Michelob Ultra. Thursdays at Twin Peaks. Eats, drinks, and scenic views.
This week at Vans Golf Shops by Worldwide Golf, it's the Callaway Fitting and Bonus Trade-In event March 26th through the 29th. The new Callaway Quantum drivers feature Tri-Force Space for a quantum leap in distance off the tee. Take advantage of the 50% bonus trade-in towards your new purchase. Swing into Vans Golf Shops or book your fitting online at worldwidegolf.com. Trusted by golfers since 1963 and home to the legendary 90-day 100% satisfaction guarantee. Get there.
Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B now on ESPN 620.
Got the Krivas screen. works his way, kicks it in the corner. Murray, shot clock at 2. It's a long 3. He has made all 3 of his threes tonight. He's got 15 points on 6 shots.
Braden buries it against Utah State. Thank you to CBS for the highlight. All right, you know what we're talking. We're talking college basketball. The madness gets underway again tomorrow. Speaking of madness, that's why we have the former NAU head basketball coach on the show, because he's mad, Mike Adris. Mike, welcome, pal. How are you? Hello, Mike. Hello, Mike. Hello.
Are you there, Coach?
Yo, Mike. Hello, Mike. He's blinking.
Yeah,
but I don't see him. We're going to have to do a little technical work.
You know, he's in Vegas. Maybe their phone system a little different there in Vegas.
Maybe he lost, so they docked his phone.
Or he might be at a local book there at the local DraftKings there.
Could be.
You know, placing a few bets. Well, you talk about, you hear Barry's just burying that 3.
Yeah.
I mean, was it 4 points a couple of times?
Utah State's good.
They are good. They are very impressive to watch that team and to see them come back in the way that they came back, not only once, but twice. So you think about this Arkansas-Arizona game, and you look at this, you think of Calipari and the teams, everybody says, well, he's had all these great players. Well, he's done a hell of a job coaching as well, too.
I agree.
I mean, you think of all the things that he's done over the years at the different stops. He goes and gets the players. NIL money has been very, very good. And I think those are some of the things that you look at is you can't discount the guys that are coaching from the bench.
I'm with you on that. All right, we're going to try the phone again and see if the gremlins are gone. Are you there, Coach?
Hello, Coach.
Yes, I'm here. I said I'm not mad at you guys, but I am part of madness right now.
Yes, you are.
Yes, you are.
Yeah, you are.
Yep.
Coach, we were just talking about this U of A Arkansas game, and everybody throws at Calipari, well, he's got these great players, or they pay for these players. I'm like, excuse me, the guy has that success by just throwing freshmen and sophomores out there. Talk about the type of coaching, the way that he gets these kids to play, and they are kids at such a high level.
It's truly remarkable. I mean, yeah, it's nice to have players that have tremendous talent when you recruit them, but you still have to build a team as the season goes along, and people need to learn what their roles are and what they need to do best in order for their team to be successful. And then I just think he lets them go a little bit. There's a lot of freedom that they play with, which as a player, you have to love that you're not being micromanaged every time up the court like some coaches will do. And so they're free to make plays, and he lets their talent take over. And it's nice to have the kind of talent that he coaches and has coached, as you see every NBA roster dotted with former players that he coached.
So what will be the key versus it's Darius? It's almost like the moniker is Darius Acuff will be taking on the U of A Wildcats. Well, there's 4 other guys or 6 other guys on that team that have been playing pretty well.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Thomas is averaging 15 points a game, and I think Brazil has played tremendous for them in the tournament. As far as Arizona goes, yeah, you're not playing. It's not Acuff versus Bradley.
Sure.
Although I'm really expecting Jaden to play much better this weekend. I didn't think he had a great opening weekend, to be perfectly honest with you.
That's fair.
And my biggest concern was in their last game, they had 22 field goals, but only 8 assists. And I think they have to do a much better job of sharing the basketball, which they have done all year. You know, a team that averages 17 assists a ball game and then only gets 8 in a ball game, that's a concern. And I'm sure that's something that they, address this week leading up to tomorrow night's game. But there's got to be better distribution. And I think when Bradley plays like he's played all season for them, then I think good things will happen even more so than last weekend for them.
Mike Adris is our guest on the Right Toyota guest line. Okay, so let's get this one out of the way, and then we'll get back to the game since we are talking Arizona and Arkansas. With North Carolina axing their coach, Hubert Davis, the number one name that pops up everywhere is Tommy Lloyd. So, look, you should be happy if you're an Arizona fan that, one, your coach is indeed that good that his name would be at the top of the list. Two, you know that his phone is indeed going to ring. And three, what do you expect his chances are of leaving U of A, taking the North Carolina job, or just staying with the Wildcats?
Yeah, I've wondered that myself when I first saw that one appear. And, you know, I would say, well, first of all, North Carolina is, you know, one of the premier jobs of college basketball. The history certainly plays that out. However, it's not like Arizona's a bad job and it's such a step up. You know, you're playing in what I consider now a better league. The ACC has clearly shown this year, even though they got more teams in the tournament than last year, that they weren't ready again this year. That league has taken a substantial dip. And they've taken a dip because of the quality coaches that they've had to replace over the last 5 years, 10 years or so, you know, from multiple programs. And so it'll take time for the ACC, I think, to rebuild. But, you know, it is a basketball conference, so you expect that to happen sooner. Now, can North Carolina pay whatever they have to pay to Tommy Lloyd to take the job? Absolutely. So it's almost ridiculous to think that any human being would not certainly entertain an offer of whatever magnitude that's going to be. You know what I'm saying? But I, you know, he's been in the West Coast his entire coaching career. Yes, he gets some overseas guys. He still can get them at Arizona. I'm not sure that job is going to appeal to him the way, you know, people are just throwing his name out there. But North Carolina is going to hire somebody like Coach Lloyd, okay, because they can. They don't need to hire somebody that's not had major experience or significant experience at some level. I never liked the Hubert Davis hire. Sorry, Carolina fans. I know he's one of your own, and that's what that program has always done. But I think now they've opened their eyes and said, we may have to go outside the box here to find what we need, and let's go get the best that we can. And so pursuing Tommy makes perfect sense to me.
All right, Coach, let's get to one more game tomorrow, and then we'll get to a couple games on Friday. The one game I want to get your thoughts on: number 3, Illinois versus number 2, Houston. Defense versus offense, or let it rip, or the first one to 95 wins that game?
Well, I don't think Illinois is getting to 95. If Illinois gets to 95, yeah, they're winning that game, okay, if they can get that high, right? I mean, boy, and I love the Houston's defense, and their offense played well enough last weekend. They get the games in Houston, which everybody thinks is a big advantage. And I do think it will be a factor that they are very comfortable at home and are very tough to beat there, albeit it's not their home building. It's still going to be a Houston crowd. And then you look at Illinois, and they got that foreign flavor on them, right? Stojakovic, Mirkovic, Ivicic, Petrovic. Dude,
Malominovic.
You got so many itches, the basketball has itches, my friend.
Hey, Coach, we'll break down Friday because we'll have enough time when we catch you at 3:30. Hey, the one thing about Texas-Purdue, we talked about this prior to the play-in game for Texas, all the money that school puts into the program. Are they still pretender, or are they contender taking up Purdue this afternoon or tomorrow afternoon?
I say pretender. I haven't been a big fan of that team. I give them credit. They won 3 games. I think you go home and you exhale. They're running on adrenaline for 5 days straight. And I think it's a game that they play and Purdue plays that I feel is similar. And I think Purdue is better at that style. So I say pretender more than anything. So on that one.
And then number 9, Iowa taking on Nebraska. Is that the one that's the first one to 55 wins game? Is that game right there?
I love Nebraska. I got to tell you, when I first saw them play back in December, loved them, and I still do. It's 2 teams that know each other well. I mean, They're in the same league. They've already played each other, snooze there. So there won't be any surprises. Which team can play better in a new environment on a neutral court? You saw how many Nebraska people showed up last week. The Iowa people aren't going to sit on their hands and stay home. They're going to try to get in that building as well. I think it's a tremendous rivalry, and it'll be an exciting game for people to watch because they are going to go at each other, and I think that's going to be a lot of fun.
It's the battle of the cornfields. That's what we're going to get. Coach, I know they were online, a lot of the fans saying that you better have the bars and restaurants stock up on Bud Light.
I worked at Drake, so I'm very familiar with those Iowa cornfields, and I've driven through Nebraska a few times. So that's a Bud Light. That's fantastic. Oh, that's good. Hey, real quick though, I want to go back to your earlier segment on Vegas getting another pro team.
Yes, yeah, Coach.
Pro football is different, okay? And I'm a Raiders fan, but the Raiders don't have to be good for that stadium to sell out. There's more people coming from the opposing team who want to go have a weekend in Las Vegas, play a game on Sunday, and gamble for the weekend, right? I think it's going to be interesting when people in Vegas love basketball, so I think that's a given. And I'm a huge Golden Knights fan. And so, I love the hockey thing. Baseball's going to be the interesting one to me because you got the A's coming in. How does that excite you? And are opposing fans coming for 3-game series every time their team comes to town? I don't think so. So baseball's going to be the hardest sell. They're going to build a brand new stadium. I think it'll be a go for a little while, and then we'll see whether the A's can convince the people of Las Vegas to start supporting them like they're going to need to be supported.
Coach,
that makes sense to you.
No, it makes perfect sense. Yeah. Coach, the thing I pointed out was in the Valley, we have 5 million people. In the Valley where Vegas is, they have 2 million people. So that's a big difference. You don't have as much population to draw from.
Yeah, but I give people here a lot of credit. They like to go out. They like to be seen. They like to be entertained, and I think it's going to be – I know I'm going to go to games when that baseball place opens up just to be in that brand new stadium, and I'm sure it's going to be fantastic and all of that. It's 5 years down the road. Have they built the fan base that they need in order to sustain what they need as a professional team? But it looks like all professional sports are doing pretty well right now. People are highly entertained going to those. I don't see small crowds at NBA games. Do you?
No. Nope. They're doing great. Coach, thank you.
Yeah.
As always, pal. Enjoy Vegas.
I am, and enjoy tomorrow night. I guess we're back on Friday. Sounds good.
Back on Friday, 3:30. We'll get your post-game previews, or I say pre-game previews for Friday, and get your thoughts on tomorrow's games.
All right, fellas. Thanks so much for having me.
There you go. That's former NAU head basketball coach Mike Adris. All right, quick timeout. When we come back, we'll get to our Learner and Row. One call, that's all. Also, what's on tap, and State 48 Roofing. It's your call. Question of the day.
Game on Peoria. When it's time to eat big, drink cold, and watch every play, make it Big's American Bar and Grill in the P83 district. Big's is serving up huge portions of your favorites. Burgers, wings, nachos, plus a full bar and TVs everywhere you look. And don't miss happy hour Monday through Thursday, 3 to 6:30 p.m. with $2 off well drinks and $2 off domestic drafts, plus daily specials all week long. Bring your friends, grab a seat on the patio, and settle in for the game. Big's American Bar and Grill, where Peoria comes to play, eat, and watch. When tragedy strikes, the impact is immediate and devastating. That's when the 100 Club of Arizona steps in, providing financial assistance, guidance, and emotional support to the families of public safety officers injured or killed in the line of duty. They also invest in mental health resources, injury prevention, and scholarships for the children of first responders. Every day, Arizona's public safety professionals put their lives on the line. The 100 Club of Arizona has their back. Learn more at 100club.org.
The road to the championship ends Monday, April 6th, and the place to watch it is DraftKings at TPC Scottsdale with Roc and Manuch and Jimmy B on ESPN 620. Join us from 1 till 4 p.m. as we break down the matchup, the betting angles, and everything you need before tip-off of the big championship game. Cold drinks, big screens, and the best sports crowd in the Valley. Come hang with Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Live Monday at DraftKings at TPC Scottsdale. The championship game deserves a championship setting.
Another Arizona storm season's rolling through. Before the next big downpour hits, call State 48 Roofing for your free roof inspection. Whether it's cracked tiles, flat roofs, or old shingles, don't wait for leaks to show up. State 48 Roofing is Arizona's #1 referred roofer, trusted for over a decade in both residential and commercial roofing. Protect your home, protect your business with State 48 Roofing. Visit state48roofing.com or call 480-268-4509 today.
Now open in North Scottsdale. It's the Orangedale Lounge. OD's, right off Thompson Peak and Bell, next to Bash's. Your new favorite dive bar has arrived. Cold drafts, chill vibes, always affordable prices, and the OD Mug Club, a one-of-a-kind membership you won't find anywhere else. No frills, just great people, ice-cold drinks, and a bar that feels like it's always been there. Follow at OD Scottsdale and get the scoop at orangedalelounge.com. Orangedale Lounge. Dive in and drink up.
Nobody handed parents a manual for raising kids with smartphones. But we're learning something important. Heavy social media use can affect kids' sleep, confidence, and mental health. And simply banning it isn't realistic. What parents can do is learn how to guide kids towards a healthier balance. The Cars for Kids parenting blog offers practical advice for parents to help their children succeed in a digital world. Visit carsforkids.org/parenting because smart kids need informed parents.
It's the Lerner and Rowe one call, that's all call of the day. If you're looking for a full service law firm, just make one call, that's all. 602-977-1900. Lerner and Rowe voted Arizona's best law firm.
We're just trying to get over the hump. The majority of our losses in this stretch have been like that. Close game in the fourth quarter. So we just got to keep growing, keep building, and I think we're competing hard. We just haven't got over that hump.
Lost 6 of their last 7 games, have the Suns. That is Devin Booker after last night's loss to the Nuggets. He had a game-winning shot. It was a 3, and it bounded off the front of the iron. That is our Lerner and Rowe one call. That's all. If you've been injured in an accident, don't try to handle it alone. Lerner and Rowe. They've been voted Arizona's best personal injury law firm year after year. In a wreck, need a check? Just make one call. It's Lerner and Rowe, 602-977-1900. Once again, 977-1900. You can always go online at lernerandrowe.com. Okay, what's on tap? It is brought to you by Bud Light. It's easy to drink, easy to enjoy. They are in a partnership with us because it is March Mania coverage, and we are all over it with Bud Light specials. So, tonight, the Major League Baseball season is officially opening. You have the New York Yankees in San Francisco to play against the San Francisco Giants. Now, normally I would tell you where to watch the game, but it's not on ESPN. It's not on ABC, CBS, NBC, or Fox. It's not even on a religious channel. It's on Netflix. Exactly.
Netflix opening night of baseball. What were you saying? How much did they pay? Did we say, was it 80?
I thought he said 80.
80
Yeah, they
million?
paid anywhere. There wasn't a specific number. They said 70 to 80 million for a 3-year deal with the MLB. And there's been a lot more changes. They get the opening day. I think they get either like the home run derby or all-star game or something, a couple playoff games. So they changed everything with the MLB contracts
So,
this year.
MLB has sold their soul to the devil.
Again.
That's what they basically have.
Yeah.
So that's a shame for a lot of folks that don't have Netflix, who can't afford it.
Right.
I mean, it's part of this streaming way of life, Jimmy B. So if you don't have Netflix, you want to watch that home run
I'm
derby,
coming over to your
you
house.
better get it.
I'm coming to your house.
Wait till I tell my wife, Lori, hey, honey, we're going to watch tonight's opening baseball game on Netflix. She's going to say, what? I mean, there's like shows on there.
I
There's
know, yeah.
documentary.
Yeah.
Anything and everything and then some. But this is new. This is a first, but this is the way of life, folks.
So, guys, it says it'll be 60 million, close to annually, but they get opening night, the home run derby, all-star game, and the Field of Dreams game. So not too much on there, but yeah, some big nights.
Not too much. Opening night. It's the home run derby.
Exactly.
What do you mean not too much?
God.
I mean, people are jonesing for the home run derby.
I love the home run derby. It's fun to watch. State 48 Roofing, it's your call question of the day. Manuch.
Yeah, call State 48 Roofing today for a free roof inspection before leaks hit. Keep your roof sexy with State 48 Roofing, Arizona's #1 referred roofer. Visit state48roofing.com or give them a call, 480-268-4509. That's 480-268-4509. Here's the question. You can go to @Roc and Manuch on Twitter or @Roc and Manuch on Instagram. The Suns have lost, as Jimmy said, 6 of the last 7 games. What is the biggest piece missing in order for them to win on a consistent basis once again? Is it 1, lack of size down low? Excuse me. Number 2, lack of clutch shooting. Number 3, Dylan Brooks. Or 4, a consistent lineup / chemistry. Which way did you go on this one, Jimmy?
I went Dylan Brooks.
You went Brooks?
I went Dylan Brooks because he makes that team so much better and so much more competitive.
Okay, I went Dylan Brooks. Connor, Laz, which way did you guys go on this one?
I went with the lack of size down low. Watching last night, Jokic was throwing Oso all around the court. So
Like a
it's been tough for Oso and Maluach to pick up all of that size. So it would help to get Mark Williams down, get him back, but I think that's been the main key problem there.
Connor?
I said that it was a lack of a consistent lineup. I think that all season they've been playing with different guys, rotating through, just doing with injuries and things like that.
Yeah.
It looks like right now we have a 50-50 split between the listeners, 50% going with Dylan Brooks and another 50% saying a lack of size down low.
Yeah, if it's noticeable. I think when Brooks is in the game, at least he gets his fair share of rebounds. He's more physical. But yeah, it was just like, okay, Oso, second-year kid, doing a good job, but they can't handle anybody. And then Mark Williams, I will say, at least with Maluach, at least he had the length, but he was backing him down as well, too.
Joker just pushed him around.
Hey, tomorrow we'll be at the Twin Peaks in Tempe, at the Tempe Marketplace. Rick Bohr will join us. Jody Jackson, MLB.com, talking about the opener for the Diamondbacks. And then we have Ryan Hansen, the radio analyst for U of A. Ricky Ricardo from DraftKings. He's the Spanish announcer.
Oh, God, I can't wait for that. That would be great.
Mi amigo Ricky Ricardo. Lucy has some splaining to do. And then Howard Balzer to wrap it up. Tempe at the Twin Peaks in Tempe.
You should ask Howard if we could do his segment in Spanish as well.
Es más muy importante por mí, Howard Balzer es muy muchacho amigo NFL. Adios, muchachos.
Adios, amigos. All right, we are done. Connor and Laz, spectacular today. I think I'm drunk. I just complimented you guys.
Adios, muchachos.
Cashback is not available on gas in New Jersey and Wisconsin. Couponing. Wow, you didn't strike me as the coupon type.
Just trying to stay ahead of inflation. Gas, groceries, everything. It's all more expensive. I need to save wherever I can.
Have you tried Upside yet?
Upside? What's that?
It's a free app that I use that